stream too long there. All right.
Well, let's count down and start.
3, 2, 1. Start off with
We are
welcome
live,
to.
guys. It is the FA Podcast, Episode 2, the podcast that takes a closer look at your browsing history.
Yeah.
Why am I talking like this? I don't know. My name is Manuel, the leader of A to J Connections and sorta, I guess, the host of the shit show. And but joining us, not joining us, like he's the one actually hosting as far as I'm concerned. It's Snakz.
That's me. Welcome. I'm here again. We have a guest on our show today.
Yep.
Leslie down below me. And then we also have Jordan underneath her doing artwork.
Whoa.
No, not like that. Anyway, moving on. Go ahead.
Tonight we have a good show for you guys. We're talking see, it's moments like this I wish we weren't bi-weekly because I obviously, if we're doing that, for those who don't know what this is our 18 plus ish, like, show where we talk about like all things I like to say ecchi because it's kind of a catch-all. We're talking about like hentai, eroge, um what's the word for manga? Like, it's just hentai.
I think doujinshi, or
doujinshi, so on. And then we also talk about JAV and some of the live action stuff. So it's just literally is a catch-all term for everything, all that shit. And obviously, when you start talking about shit like that, when Valentine's Day comes up, you kind of want to cover Valentine's Day stuff in light of everything. But because we're bi-weekly, the Friday before Valentine's Day was our off night. So now we're doing Valentine's Day a week late, which is fine because we're still well, we're not still technically, we're still in the pandemic, and we're still like to some degree in the quarantine. So what is time? Time is a man-made concept.
Yeah.
It's imaginary, it's not real.
So yeah, so tonight's our Valentine's Day stuff, and we're gonna talk about Valentine's Day stuff, relationships, when for fans of ecchi things, because I personally have a lot of stuff to talk about. I hope I don't just rant about it forever, but we'll get on to that.
Manuel always has something to talk about.
Yeah, you always have something to say, huh? You're gonna be like, fun fact.
Oh no, this time.
Yeah.
No, this time all my fun facts will be on topic. Maybe in a way that it, like, I actually kind of opened up some shit when I was writing out the outline. I don't know if you read the outline, but I started remembering this relationship I had with somebody who was really against like any form of like, I don't want to say any form of porn, but like anything like porn related, be that hentai, be that doujinshi, be that anything. I had to throw away huge like things in my collection that I had before because of like collections, I should say, because of her. And so
you're spoiling the talk that we're gonna have later.
We're gonna thank you for coming, guys. That's the show. No,
thanks for coming, guys. The moral of the story: always abandon your collections.
Yeah. But anyway, we're talking about that. We're talking about we have our normal things like JAV Actress of the Week, our Eroge Game of the Week, our Ecchi Manga recommendation, and then obviously, then we do, of course,
favorite toy,
healer things. Oh,
I actually wanted
to do, and it's still on my short list of like topics, if I can't think of a good topical one, of like the weird sex toys in Japan, or I guess in general, because like
the big ones,
because they have
just like you slap it.
Like, there's this thing I saw a YouTuber I watched.
Wait, before you do that, why don't we just summarize the stuff and then we continue with our topics and such?
Yeah, actually,
okay.
Right.
Let's not go off the rails.
And you like, I drink down, start doing this. And
like this.
Sorry, y'all.
So circling back around, and I mean, over everything that we discussed tonight, Jordan's gonna be drawing some nice art for us. So go ahead and start throwing some recommendations if you want him to like draw something specific, and go for anything. And then in the meantime, we're gonna do some brief little recap amongst ourselves while you guys argue about which one us to draw. And I mean anything that
Twitch allows.
Yes. Don't
PG-13.
Well, how's about this, Leslie? Why don't you throw me something to draw? since you are the guest.
Oh,
and
you're
it's
you're
our
you're you're
show.
muted.
I'm the guest.
Oh, am I
Okay.
muted? Yeah.
No, not you, not you, not you. Leslie was
Oh.
muted. Yeah, you're the
Okay.
guest. Go ahead.
Okay. What can you draw? Oh, you should draw something from BTS. Why
Accept
not?
that. Accept that.
BTS.
No. Yeah,
What?
you're
Look,
right.
my
You're right.
guest
You're right.
privileges here.
You're right. You're right. Go ahead. Draw.
Oh, you know,
Draw
you
the
know what-
draw
you know
that
what you should
rabbit
draw?
thing.
No, you know what you should actually draw?
What
What
You
was
should,
it?
you should draw RM.
No, because Leslie made a post at some point on Facebook about like inheriting her brother's Switch or something like that,
Oh, yeah.
and I made, well, not so much that, but I made some comments about
I'm
like
gonna hear that. I'm just gonna like keep it.
I forgot how it led to this. It was a very quick jump to it, but I was all like Warren getting pounded in the butt, you know, by Leslie while she's playing her Switch. So draw that. Draw. You can interpret that in a PG way.
Oh shoot!
Leslie, would you like to see that?
I gotta log out of Steam. Oopsie.
I don't care.
Okay.
Leslie
All
pounding
right.
Warren. Leslie pounding Warren in the
Oh
butt
yeah,
while she's playing her
switched
Switch.
my my Zoom name because it had my whole name.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, it has my whole name too. Ah, dogs.
No, your whole civilian name.
It's
Just
too
get
late. That's your
to-
government right there.
So
No, that's how
So-
they get you.
we're going to draw Leslie giving it to Warren while Warren plays his Switch, and BTS is in the background watching.
There you
Oh.
go.
Why
Is
not?
that a
We'll try to do all of that right here, right now.
okay? If you can attempt that and Twitch allows it, go right ahead.
All right.
That's
I
a
mean,
lot to do.
We
Pounding
did
in
Mount
the butt.
Rushmore, but that is if they're all of them are watching, every single member. Oh,
It's like 7
include
of
management. Include management too.
I am grabbing reference of our boy Warren.
There's
for-
a pretty. Oh, who got
See.
that notification? What is that? I see.
Warren
Snakz
said
is,
that he's gonna be
Yeah, I forgot to log out of
in a
Steam.
little bit.
Steam. That's what I'm
Okay.
Switch.
Yeah.
I saw Snakz is
Oopsie.
So
Alright,
we're gonna talk
cool.
shit while he's gone.
I can log out of Steam right now, but oopsie.
Oh shit! I spilled some.
Manuel, don't waste.
I know. Don't waste.
Wait, should I
Oh,
log
actually-
out though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I need to. It's gonna interfere with
I
this.
have a note for this. So
Wait, did
it's
I ever
Valentine's Day.
introduce myself?
Oh, you didn't? Leslie, introduce yourself.
No,
I'm sorry.
I am
Yeah.
okay. I am Haro, and I don't do anything but being online apparently. So yeah, you should totally check out my Instagram because I do fashion stuff. My Instagram is x_Haro_X because I had it for a very long time.
Like 2006. What the fuck? It's like XX
It was like
XXX
it was
underscore
like
Haro.
Mm.
you know when Instagram was starting to get popular and everybody wanted it because of the filters.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when I got it. I was
Makes
like,
sense.
oh my god, we can have filters. Look at the pictures that we just took of our
Oh.
cosplay. So that was it. And, and also like right now I'm doing like it's what is it? It's this week is like show show a little bit of care. Actually, I'm gonna look that up right now on my own freaking post.
Show a little bit of what?
Wait.
Bum, bum, bum,
Oh,
bum,
random
bum.
acts of kindness
Oh.
this week. So
Oh,
what
that's
I've been doing is sharing information for Texas and ways that you can help, and also ways that you can help for the recent attacks on Asian Americans. I don't know, this is like so like far out topic, but yeah. So
I
I
mean-
usually share information that,
Yeah,
that is
you're the
helpful,
guest,
things
so.
like that.
Good to show
Yeah.
bring awareness. to
I
these.
mean,
So I'm not
we're
only
not just,
I don't only do
perverts here.
fashion, but I try to like help out the community in some way.
That's
That's
good.
good.
It's,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what
You're a better person than
There you
me.
go.
Yeah. All Manuel does is get drunk and lie to people. That's about it.
All
I
I
wish
do
I
is-
could do that. I wish I could get drunk and lie to people.
All I do is
Jeez.
get drunk,
That's my
lie,
goal
eat
in
hot chip and lie.
life.
Yeah, to get drunk and just lie to people. Yeah.
Eat
Yeah.
hot chip and lie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, to eat hot chip and lie.
That's my goal in life.
It's funny
But-
because
I'm not there yet.
I have it in the notes that I was gonna confess my love to Jordan before we started, like at the very beginning, and I kind of just forgot until I read it. Shows how much I cared about that, by the way. But
Appreciate it.
Jordan, I love you.
Oh, it's too late for that.
God damn it!
Listen, I don't need your love. I just recently got an Anaros, if you know what that is. Got the Helix in, baby.
No, what is an Adaros?
Okay, if you don't know, you don't know.
What's an
What is
Adaros?
It's
What's
it's a brand. It is a
Adaros.
particular.
It's like
Is
a
it
hat.
gay?
Whoa,
Is it
it's one of
gay?
those
Yeah,
brands.
Leslie's on it. Yeah.
Oh, oh,
Do you know what it is? You know what it is,
Oh,
don't you?
wait,
Leslie?
wait.
I
Adaros
I think
clothing.
Warren has one. I bet Warren has one, doesn't
What?
he?
I think I
is it?
know.
Yeah. All right. If you don't know, you don't know. But if
Wait, how
chat
do you
knows,
spell
then good
that?
for you. I'll never
Is
tell.
it anal
I never
beads?
know.
What
Yeah,
the heck?
so,
Something rose. I couldn't
so
find
Yeah,
out.
I
You
was
found
looking
some.
up too.
I found it. I found it
Said
out by
Helix.
looking at one of my favorites to like really watch. It's like I think his name was like Surfboard Potato.
Look at that butt. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the drawing going so far.
Oh, so yeah, so don't worry about this. I'm just like
Yep, can't find it.
drawing the pants.
Yeah, if anyone knows in the chat, let us know.
Let us know.
Let's continue with this segment and then
Let's
we'll.
continue.
Yay.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
confess love to Jordan. Before we get into the full topic, let's get like the little recap, like I was gonna do before I'll let everyone talk. What did everyone do for Valentine's Day? Or are we all lonely fucks? It doesn't matter if you are, because I actually. I talked about this on the UPZ. I'm going first, obviously, but mine's really short. I don't remember what I did because I think I
You go drunk and pass out.
yeah, I got drunk on Saturday.
Yeah, and passed out.
I thought that was Valentine's Day, and I was up all night drinking until like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Then I passed out and I slept through all of Sunday, which was Valentine's Day. So yeah, that was mine. There you go.
I didn't do anything. I just sort of stayed home, like a good responsible adult. But I'm not really too hung up about it because last year I also didn't do anything because I flew out to Japan on Valentine's Day, so it was like we couldn't do anything anyway because I was on the plane to another country. So I was like, well, it's I'm used to it, not doing anything, so it was okay for me. Just hung out, played games, boring stuff.
Yeah, it's worth noting. I should have mentioned that earlier. We'll say I don't have a significant other right now either, but you can still have fun on Valentine's Day even if you don't.
Manuel's single, ladies and
mm,
gentlemen.
But Snakz does. So
I
that's why
do.
he was implying
Yeah.
that earlier there. But like, they
Henderson.
couldn't do anything last time and so on. But where is the lovely lady, by the way? I haven't seen her watching this show. Does she not watch your streams? I mean, like,
No,
calling her out.
so she'll watch my streams, and I'd be like, oh yeah, what happened? And she'd be like, yeah, she'll be like, when you did that thing, I'm like, okay, that's nice.
So supportive.
That's nice. No, she just does her own thing. Whatever, talking about kaiji or whatever, some other thing.
So
that she
what
Hot
does
chip
all
and
day, every
lie.
day.
That's all women do.
Yeah,
Leslie,
that's all. Yeah.
all you do is eat hot chip and lie.
I know women.
That's the life. Oh
What
my
did you do for
god.
Valentine's Day, Jordan?
I don't think I did anything on Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think you did?
Leslie, what did you?
Oh,
Oh.
because I don't even though I've been in a relationship for a very long time, we live apart, so we don't really like spend time together to begin with. And Valentine's Day usually like I like it's not like a special day because it's like every day should be like meaningful
That's
type
true.
day. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
not cheesy like that, But anyway.
Ew! Ah, that's gross.
So
Catching the
gross, though.
feels.
But yeah, so it's like not like a big deal. I don't like expect like, oh, I want all this stuff for Valentine's Day. And usually when I want something, I just buy it myself. So
Oh shit.
That's true. I feel that.
Is Warren in the chat? That's basic. She basically just said, I don't need you. I don't need you for anything.
but I mean that's how my mama raised me. You don't need no man. So anyway, so what I did was my friend was her family like people get sick, so they need like money for a family and stuff. So what
The photo.
Latins people do is like make food and like sell food when they need money. So her mom made like Salvadorian dishes. So my family ordered a bunch of it, and I went to pick it up on
Okay.
Hawthorne.
Ooh.
And yeah, so pretty much the day was like go to pick up all the food and then pick up some other stuff on the way, and then just spend time with my family. And I bought my mom like flowers and balloons. Since my dad usually does stuff for her, but since my dad's sick, he can't go out, so
Oh, that's
I did
nice.
Yeah.
things for my mom. So
Leslie
yeah.
does a lot of wholesome stuff, and what are we doing with our lives here?
I know. Look at this. And
Wasting away.
yeah, here I am, like fucking drinking and lying
There's
and
nothing
writing.
wrong with drinking and
Yeah,
living your life.
but no, he gets drunk and passes out and lies all day.
I'm just like,
Just
um,
lies all day.
And I'm
He
drawing
lies
poor
all
Warren
day.
over here getting butt pounded by Leslie.
Oh my
Wait, put a
god.
smile on his face.
it's
Oh,
funny
yeah.
because
He's focused on the Switch.
Oh,
Playing
I,
game.
Yeah, he's
I
focusing.
will say
God.
this.
Maybe a
I
little
will
bit of
s-
blush.
this photo though is so stupid. I just don't know. I think because oh, no.
No,
I
don't
will
worry, I'm
say
good.
this that even though I'm kind of on board with Leslie in the fact that like I
Oh shit, the man
even when
himself.
I've had like significant others or whatever, I haven't like always celebrated Valentine's Day, but I've always never been against it, and I've always thought it was so funny when I see people who are all like, oh, single awareness day and shit like that.
Single
I'm always
awareness
like.
day.
Like, come on, you don't have to hate it. Just ignore it, maybe. I don't know. But let's get to the topic. I'm sorry, that's
I
my
like
little.
hating on it. That's capitalism. But besides
Yeah,
that,
I mean that too. You don't have to like.
lol.
I remember. I guess this is on top. I remember when I was in my senior year of high school. I bought I went to like this dollar store and they had Universal monsters like Frankenstein and Wolfman and so on. They had Valentines, but like the kid Valentines. Would you like put an envelope? Well, back then you put them in an envelope. I think like somebody was telling me that now you just fold them in half and put a sticker. But anyways, so I bought those, and I specifically liked these two girls, and yeah, I'm an asshole. There was two girls that I specifically liked, and I was trying to get their attention. So I gave them like some. I know this. It sounds stupid, but it actually did work. Just to cut to the chase, but I wanted their attention, but I also didn't. I also wanted to save myself potential embarrassment in case they were just like, "What the fuck?" So I gave them to all the girls, like in a couple of my classes that they were each in, and I just gave out all these Universal monsters, old school Kitty Valentines. In
That's
my senior year of
cute.
high school, and yeah, and one of the girls, actually was like, "Oh man, let's actually hang out. You've been asking me forever." And then, it was a high school thing. We had a little high school thing, and it lasted like fucking weeks. So yeah,
Semester.
Nice.
yeah, exactly. But it was a high school thing. But that's my
Lasted
only
lunch
true.
period.
That's my only really true Valentine's story. Besides that, like had a girlfriend, went out to eat or whatever. So yeah.
We'll put
But
Warren on the bed.
One time I celebrated Valentine's Day in high school, and they were doing like those rings, and I got married to my
who the
friend.
fuck is Jordan? Wait, what?
Yeah, that was the highlight of it.
Oh my god.
Wait,
what?
It's like in high school, like they do donations or whatever, so you give out like amount of money, and then you can have like a ring. They give each person a ring. So we did
you
that.
mean like the senior stuff, like the $75
No,
rings?
it's just cheap ass rings.
Oh,
It's for
I'm
Valentine's
like,
Day.
damn,
Oh,
you guys,
okay.
damn, what kind of
Yeah.
school do you get those?
I don't
All
know.
the rich people just giving out the
We're
senior. Yeah.
Where I live, we're not rich.
Yeah.
It's a cheap ass thing, just for like to get like I don't know for like, they were raising money for something. I don't know. I
Mhm.
don't remember. That was a long ass time ago.
It's funny because speaking of high school class rings, an ex girlfriend of mine, and not the one we're mainly going to focus on tonight, but one of the other ones that like was very against like adult content.
Oh yeah.
Kept my my high school ring. So yeah. So I had one that my mom paid like
Those things
hundreds of
are
dollars for. Yeah,
expensive.
it was
Oh my
like
god.
$400, and
Yeah, with
this
that,
girlfriend
with
kept it. This ex girlfriend
I
kept it.
bought one.
you
I
bought
don't know what
one?
it is. Yeah,
Oh
cause,
my god,
cause,
I
I,
just
cause like we're immigrants. We don't know anything. My
Oh,
mom's excited. It's like, oh my god,
yeah.
it sounds cool.
She know how to
American
keep your
I
interest.
stuff. And I was like, okay, mom, it's kind of expensive. It's like, no, it's okay, good memory. I'm like,
that's fair.
okay.
That's fair. That's fair. We
It's
bought everything but the ring.
no,
So,
yeah, I think I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure my mom didn't want to buy it, but I basically like I don't want. Honestly, I guilt tripped her. I don't know how else to put it.
oh
I
no.
just kept begging and like, I want it, I want it, I want it. I was like fucking. I
Oh
was not a kid. I was like
no.
17. But I
Yeah.
was like, I want it, I
Gosh,
want it, I want
the
it, and she
spoiled
bought
brat.
it. But yeah, this didn't happen all that long ago. I might have even known Warren and Leslie when this person kept it, and actually, I think I knew Leslie barely. But anyways,
I've been around
my point to
forever.
bringing that up is I even had a lot of friends try to like not like beat her up and get it back. But I had a lot of my like female friends be like, "Can you go talk to her, please?" Like mutuals. I'm like, just ask for that back. Like that's kind of she can keep
Mhm.
anything else that we had, but can I get that back? And I never got it back.
Mm.
R.I.P. But that's a good segue into the fuller topic
Warren's
because
in the chat.
Yeah, I said yeah, the man
Warren.
himself is in here.
Oh,
Manuel's
Yeah.
that's what it
windows.
meant.
Yeah.
It could be anybody's man.
um, I wonder if she still has that ring. If she just like sold it for like because it was like white
On it
gold
for
and like
money.
yeah, exactly. Like I'm pretty sure she could
I
get too
would
much
do
money.
that.
It was very personalized, but I'm pretty sure she could have melted the gold for like a decent chunk. So yeah,
Think she was smart enough to do that?
I would hope so. Hope she didn't just throw it away.
What if
Oh,
she kept it?
see,
She was all like, I hate this guy. I'm gonna keep it.
my
Why
love
would
will
she?
burn eternal with him forever.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if it was like that. Thank you. He said it like 10 years ago. So let's segue into that. Have you guys ever had
10 years
so
ago.
um
10 years ago.
I, I I was thinking this was always on my thinking before the Valentine's Day thing on the short list of topics that I had like when I was thinking up like ideas for this podcast last year. One of them was like how do you deal with like adult material when you're in a relationship,
Mhm.
because it's a very real topic, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, um I'm very surprised. Maybe because I'm just like shell shocked. Even though I have had relationships not like that, I just been twisted because of the couple that I have. But like I'm so shocked seeing people like not just you guys, but specifically because you guys are here, like Snakz and Leslie, who have like relationships with people, and especially like long term ones, because both of you been with people for a decent amount of time now.
Mhm.
Leslie very long so, and both of
I'm
you
not human,
definitely,
man, with a human.
both of you definitely are fans of adult materials. How does that work? Whichever, what do you want to
Who wants to
take that?
start?
Yeah.
Um, well, it's for me, it's kind of I don't know. I guess we're not really too open about it. Like we'll
Well,
talk
yeah. I
about
mean,
it.
I'm pretty sure you're not gonna go tell her like
It's like,
the chick
hey,
has nice
yeah,
boobs.
I'm not gonna, yeah, I don't tell her, this one thing that I just watched, it was pretty good. You should have seen the techniques she was using. I
Yeah,
don't do any of that
obviously.
stuff. It's kind of like I was like, you know what? This is some good stuff, but I don't bring it up. We both just like know about it, that we both watch this kind of stuff. She knows I do this podcast. She knows I sort of are into it a little more than she is, but it's not like hey, can you recommend me a video? Do you want a squirting video, or do you want like a public? Anyway,
A public. I want to know.
yeah. No, it's
It's
very
one of those. It's one of
much.
those
It's very
JVs where they have the
grounded.
window.
Yeah. Or do you want the one where they go in the car, or they go into the pool, or
Exactly.
which it's very grounded. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Keep going. Okay, confirm user. You're just
Yeah. Keep going. No. No,
you like the scene he was
this
painting
guy.
there. The
Yeah.
public. Yeah.
Yeah, the public ones where they go to the beach and then it's like there's like the coral. Anyway,
Well,
No, I don't know the public
oh,
ones that
you
go
don't
to.
know about the where
Please
there's
reference some
like an
more.
empty, somehow there's an empty beach and like a car big enough to have like a blanket so that the girl's legs don't
dude,
get
no,
like messed up
I've
when they
always
bend
wondered
over
about
and do the
that.
thing.
Fake taxi, I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah, they do like the chicken head. Never mind. Anyway, no,
But
don't
wait,
listen to
wait.
me.
Anyway,
Don't listen to me.
That's the
anyway.
kind of shit I would say. You're just going off on. You're busting the manual right now,
Yeah,
Snacks.
don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
All right,
Leslie, what
Leslie.
about you? So how do you deal with it? And you two are very open. You guys are very open with. Maybe not each other, but you're very open like separately. I think.
I think it's like Yeah, I mean, Warren's very open about everything in general, but I think I don't know. I like, especially like when it comes to like BL stuff. Like I watch a lot, like since I was a teenager. It's being like it's pretty much part of like my life, I guess. It sounds
Oh
weird.
wow, that's deep.
It sounds weird, but I consume this type of content since I was young. So it's like I can't just like, oh, stop stop looking at it, you know. And he's just like very understanding because he likes like hentai and all that stuff, and I like my gay stuff. And it's like we don't
Oh,
like openly like talk about it, but sometimes I'll be reading it and I'm like, oh my god, they're touching butts in my thing now. Oh my god.
speaking of gay stuff, hey Warren, if you're still in chat, do
Oh
you know what
yes.
Anaros is?
Anna Rose, what do you keep bringing this up for?
Don't look it up. Don't look it up. You guys will know
Oh,
later
that's what
on
it
at
is.
the end.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up now.
That's what
I'm
it is.
looking it up too.
Oh, you have one of the.
Yeah.
Hey, I've never.
Wait, how does everyone know this is but me?
Don't look it up,
Whoa,
Manuel. You
I'm
can't
not
look it up.
gonna. To each their own. That's cool.
What is this?
That's nice.
You should Google it.
Yeah,
Don't
Google it.
you can Google it after. Google it. Or wait for me
Okay.
until I'll tell
Okay.
you
Watch
later.
a. I could put
How
a.
do I
I could
spell
put
it?
a video of it on the stream.
Don't put a
Anyways.
video of it on the
Yeah,
stream. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure we can't show it. But
um,
yeah, like
yeah, it's like I don't like I think it really depends on the person that you're with, and thankfully I got with a person that is very open about liking like adult material, pretty much like hentai. Like he has his favorite hentai artist, and I have my favorite gay artist.
Nice.
oh my
So
god.
it like it's a good match, I guess, because we are both very into that stuff. I'm not like very into it, but
I don't know. You seem very into it at
I
times.
I read gay stuff a lot. But it's like it's normal. Like consuming that type of content, like adult material, it's normal for me, and it's normal for him. So it's just like a normal thing to do, you know. It's not like strange. So I think that's why it works. And we don't like talk about like, oh, the like you want to see like this gay shit. I don't like. Sometimes we watch like BL together, but it's more like soft stuff, like just romance thing. And I I like he's not like into like some of the stuff that I'm into, like yeah, hardcore gay shit. So I understand that, and I understand the boundaries that he has, and he understands the boundaries that I have with certain stuff. So we are pretty accepting of each other's boundaries in things, in things in general, pretty much. So I guess that's a good balance how it can work, from
Yeah,
my opinion.
Jordan, have you ever encountered that issue? I don't even know if you have a significant other or anything right now. I don't think you do, but I don't want to judge. I
Sorry,
don't want
what?
to.
Huh?
I don't
What
want to
was the
judge
question?
for you or anything. So,
What was the question? I'm
do you?
drawing.
Well,
What?
first of all, I don't even know if you have a significant other right now currently, but you don't even have to answer if you don't want to. But basically, have you ever had this issue, like on either side, either like um having someone who likes it and you're just like, open with it, but back and forth, or having someone who doesn't and you're like,
Not really. I mean, like
really?
one of the more important things is that like you both have to know what you want out of the relationship, and you both can decide whether or not you want to continue with the relationship based on your interests. So for me, it was it's like yeah, whenever. I mean, like I like to have sex a lot. Like I've my libido is kind of like
Yeah.
crazy because I like like if I ever see you, like I'm probably gonna want to just like probably have sex all the time. I don't want to go out and do anything. I just want to be with
Oh
you.
my
Oh
god!
my god.
I
I mean,
wasn't
like,
expecting that answer.
and
Yeah.
and one of the things was it's like man, this is to me like I told myself like yeah, if to have that mindset is probably not good for myself because I gotta this is for me. Like I've decided that I want to build a proper relationship where I can just not have to think about sex and stuff all the time. Really, the more important thing, like I want to like go out, do other things, and uh, and I do want to like enjoy other things besides pornography and stuff like that. So, but
I mean,
um,
fair.
but to be honest, like it's totally okay to like still be to have an interest in that kind of stuff. And the girls that I were with, I was like, yeah, I'm like into this, into that, and like, and they were cool with it like most of the time. And we didn't break up because of stuff like that. No, it was more like other things. So yeah, not really had an issue with stuff like that.
It's actually hilarious because I'm glad I didn't just I'm glad I asked you before I started going a bit into mine because I don't want to hog it up, so I'm gonna just go with like some brief parts.
Yeah,
But I love the main one that I was gonna talk about. I'm not gonna name them, and I'm not gonna give too many details because
No,
like
go
I've
ahead. You
told stories
can
about them
dox
before.
them if you want.
Because I actually talked to them kind of now, so we're not like BFFs anywhere close to that, but we're mildly like we don't hate each other anymore. So I don't. I'm pretty sure they would be upset if I doxed them. Anyways, um, but for the record, this is so long ago that I didn't know. I didn't think I knew any of you. So yeah, so you, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't know them. But anyways, I pretty much had both the problems. The one I asked Jordan about, and then the one that Jordan talked about with that relationship because we got together and it was like sex. You know, you ever see that? You ever hear the thing about like, don't confuse love with like the possibility of having sex regularly or something like that? Or is that just or my
yes.
No,
yeah? I mean, like,
I
like
don't.
I guess
I kind of understand, but I've never heard that.
Well, it's not like what's it? I guess it's like kind of a saying you hear it in different ways, but a lot of people, a lot of my friends would say that all the time when I was younger. Anyways, just basically don't be wary against relationships for those kind of reasons. And I'm not gonna lie, I think we kind of got into that relationship because of that. And then pretty quickly on, it was like she doesn't like any adult stuff, and I'm like, oh well, glad I met you now. Because it would have been more difficult if I met her earlier on in my life. But I still had a bunch of like things lying around. I never was a huge fan of like of stuff, but I like my hentai, I like my eroge, I like my stuff like that.
Hmm.
I mentioned before, almost all the recommendations for the eroge were games I played before I was with this girl, and
I'll work on hair later.
it just came. And then I'm like, oh well, literally. And then we ended up moving in together, and literally right before she moved in with me, I had to pack all that away and I hid it, which is probably the worst thing I could have done. Um, because I literally put a ticking time bomb, and that was my note. That was my idea. I was like, I'm just gonna like ride this out, and I'm just never gonna address it, because technically, I don't like it. I can do without it. So like, if I just pack this away into a corner, like both literally and figuratively, it'll be fine. And it never was fine.
That's too bad.
It
Yeah, it
reminds
never
me
was
when
fun.
Warren was helping me clean my room, and he found all my BL like manga and doujinshis.
Yeah.
He's like, "What do you just have this on the open?" I'm like,
I,
Just out in the open.
just there.
yeah, I had one day when I was at work, she was cleaning, and I came. Well, I think she texted me when I was at work, and it just. I don't remember what she texted exactly, but basically it was along the lines of "We have to talk when you get home," and
Oh,
then when I get home, she has one, and it was I'll never forget this in my head. I was like, thank God she didn't find the worst one, but it was it was a box of like some of my stuff that I'd been hiding from. Like technically, I guess you could say I was hiding it, but I wasn't really hiding it. I
hmm.
just didn't
It was
tell her
just it
about
was on
it.
the desk. You left it on the desk so that she could see when she came in.
No, and she
Like, you want to try
and
this?
we had the mother of all fights, and afterwards I remember I started like passive aggressively like just leaving out like hentai manga and like porn shit I had just lying around, and then that didn't help.
I've been done it.
And
You're
and we
giving
actually,
me boobs. I don't have boobs.
who has
Sorry
boobs?
about that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, the boobs
No
in the
worries, no worries.
drawing.
Sorry.
I thought somebody was talking about boobs in the chat.
Force
It's
of
just a
habit.
normal thing right now.
Force of habit.
Warren has nipples.
You don't want him to draw you with like
Warren has a big butt. I'm gonna just draw
chesties.
Warren with a big butt.
Warren does have a butt.
You can't stop
Um,
me.
but yeah, don't TLDR, don't do manual. Don't do manual.
Don't do manual.
Don't do
I'll
manual.
remember that.
like that too. But I mean, don't bust the manual. And
Don't bust a
honestly,
manual. A nut.
Jordan put it best. Like if you know what you're gonna get into in a relationship, that's probably the best way to go.
Communication's important. You
Yeah.
don't want to make each other suffer.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll be straight up. Like it wasn't an. And I still stand by this. And obviously, if she were here, I'm sure she would tell a whole different version of the story. So I'm not gonna front that my version is like the 100% fact one. But in my mind, I never lied about it. I just didn't tell. And then when it came up, I was honest by saying I don't like this stuff really, but I wait, how do I say this? I don't still need this stuff, but I liked it at one point. I don't want to get rid of it all. And yeah. You want to know something really funny? I'm actually not gonna go too much into like the dark parts of the story. You want to know something really funny though? She never found it all. Well, let me phrase it. I thought she never found it all. She never confronted me about it all. But when she left, when we broke up and she moved out, obviously, I moved like shortly after that, and I was moving stuff, and I got to this box, one of the boxes I thought she had never found.
Oh,
and
she
I opened
was
it
reading
up.
through it.
I opened it up, and there was a note from her inside of it. I don't know when it came from, because by this point we already been broken up for about like a year, and there was a note in there about like when you hide this stuff, it really like fucks up our relationship, blah blah blah. So she had left me a passive aggressive note in this box that I did not find out until we were long broken up.
Talk to me about that.
About what?
Oh, the box. So leaving a message that you don't find like years later.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Don't Are we gonna give relationship advice here? What is one? How does one avoid manual situation?
Shit. I don't know. I do the same thing you do. Like,
Mm.
she knows about it, but I have it hidden. So
is she is she here? It's like I'm gonna go tell her.
no, because like I've shown it to her because
Oh, okay.
because when I was okay, well, I guess I can tell you guys this. It doesn't matter to me. But when I was in Japan, I bought some stuff out there, like physical stuff. I bought some photo books and some DVDs and stuff. And like I just emptied my luggage out. She's seen it. I hide it. So I'm like, there's no reason to have it laying around like that.
I mean, that is true, but she knows about it, right? You're not like,
Yeah, I mean, she's seen it.
yeah, you're not like being like, oh, kick it out of your bed real fast. It's like,
No. I have it. If she asks about it, I'll pull it out. But no, I just put it away. I'm like this. I'm like, what am I gonna do, dude? I just wake up, got a freaking naked ass photo of a naked ass woman just in the middle of my room right there. I just put it away. So
it's actually funny because I'm so like, what's the word? I don't want to say something like dramatic, like I'm so scarred or affected or whatever, but I guess that's what it is. I'm so like affected by it that like I almost overcompensate. So like, if I'm like, if things are going along with like a person like that kind of level, I'm like, yo, here's some here's some porn, and it's like I probably like show a bit too much of that. Does that make sense? To be like, oh, but I'm not really like this. It's just to scare you off in case like I don't have that situation again, which probably is terrible for me. I'm a horrible person.
okay,
Yeah.
we already know that. You don't have to.
Yeah.
We don't have to explain that. You just get drunk and lie and show porn to
Yeah.
everyone.
No,
Me.
but like, and moving on a little bit.
Oh, shit.
I was gonna mention, have any of you? I don't know. I don't know how comfortable you guys talking about like other relationships. If you're in one right now, but have any of you ever
Oh.
had to change some of your change like basically like, I guess you guys already kind of answered this earlier, but if you guys had to like change your taste like so to speak, because of the relationship you're in, like maybe somebody didn't mind porn, but they're like, what is this hentai stuff you're into or something?
No, tastes have always been consistent since I
You guys are
started
smarter than me.
like getting. You're just into it. I was never into sort of like I guess scat and like that weird. Well, I won't say weird because people are into it. Aside from scat, I'm not into scat, but there's like a particular type of genre where they like zoom up like on the mouth and they like zoom up on the teeth and the tongue and stuff. I was never. I guess that's kind of above the.
Are
But
you
I was
into
never into that, so I didn't have to. I didn't have to change anything.
if you watch a lot of JAV, you might not notice this. This is to everyone else watching. I mean, if you watch a lot of JAV, you might never have noticed it before until I pointed it out. But Japan has this like, well, honestly, it's most of Asia, but Japan especially has this obsession with like armpits.
Yeah.
Um, and you probably would never notice it as like a Westerner watching it because I guess people would still might have an armpit fetish, but it's like a much more prevalent thing in Japan. So you'll see it a lot. And every so often you might not even notice it, but like there'll be like a celebrity or an idol or someone like that, and they'll show off their armpit, and everyone's like, "Oh!" And they'll be posting the picture about how provocative, and you're like, "What? What? What?
Yeah.
What about it?" But the
Right.
reason why is because there's an armpit.
Well, dude, it's like showing the nape of the neck. It's also
Yeah.
a pretty big
The
thing.
the
Very
clavicle.
The
interesting.
clavicle.
Very interesting. Like things that they like.
Yeah.
The armpit looks like it kind of I see. Okay, and also there definitely is a whole like subgenre of JAV. This subgenre for JAV for everything, by the way, but there's a
Yes.
subgenre for JAV for armpit sex. I don't know. I could think of a way to say
Yeah.
that like in a euphemism. So yeah, basically what it is, where you get do your business with the armpit.
Yep.
Blows my
And
mind.
and the teeth. They brush your teeth.
Oh my god. No, I don't know if you guys know this. I can actually explain this. I don't know if you guys were familiar with this. Kissing. And it sounds so obvious because
Yes.
you would think that kissing is a universal thing. Kissing is not done in most of the Eastern world. It's a very Western concept. So like people didn't kiss like in Japan for the longest time. And like I every so often if you'll read like historical accounts, one of the things that they'll talk about like isn't um not medieval, like Japanese who were meeting like the first like Westerners, one of the things they'll talk about is like how uncouth the Westerners are because they like mouth to mouth each other. Um, and they kiss. And also, that's a thing that they would do. Like, they got it from the Westerners, or maybe just more like lascivious or whatever. You would also do that. Like, you'd also see that. I mean, in brothels, like in like the floating world, that kind of thing, prostitution. So yeah, kissing. My point of bringing all this up is kissing. Surprisingly, is not a cultural thing in Japan. So that's why you see a lot of it being
Even
fetishized.
American
Fetish eyes.
Japan don't kiss a lot.
Yeah, even still,
Yeah.
because of the exact same reason I just mentioned, it's not a culturally thing that's been there forever. And it sounds so weird because you think like animals kiss, like
Uh-huh.
like I always lost my mind. Like you would think. I guess maybe they have a culturally reason why you don't do it. Maybe somebody kissed someone else and they got like the plague and then just never did it again.
They just got the plague. And
They just they just died.
I mean, I'm serious. It's not like I'm joking. But
Die.
like, this is probably like someone down the line is like, okay, no more kissing because we're all whoever kisses that person got the plague. You
Mm,
know?
Corona.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it's funny because I made that joke without even thinking about the world we live in because it's just normal now.
Yeah.
Like at this point, it's not even like a special thing to discuss to like compare it to anymore. It's been a year.
I
Over a
really
year.
wonder because this actually like you know
Armpit
how
joke.
like there's a lot of countries that kiss as a greeting. Like how's that
Yeah.
gonna happen after? Like my people, we kiss as a
Yeah.
greeting.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
reminds me of when I was in
Yeah,
Mexico.
I haven't kissed people in a long time.
Oh, it was it took me by surprise. I didn't expect it.
Someone kiss you?
Yeah.
There's
Someone kissed when I was in Mexico on the
Hmm.
cheeks.
I
She was like, "Do you not like this?" I was like, "I didn't know that that's what you do."
the way you said
Oh my
that.
god.
Do you not
Yeah,
like this?
no. Okay, so this is how it happened, right? So like I guess we had met up and we were hanging out or whatever, and then everyone goes in for the hugs or whatever, the handshakes, the fist bumps. And I guess she came up to me and I'm thinking it's gonna go in for a hug, but then she peck on the side right here and she kissed me on the right and I was like, huh? She's like, oh, do you not is and I'm like, I just didn't know that's what you did. That's it.
Sometimes I wonder too. I guess it's something that Warren can like talk about in the chat because my family greets like that. So that's not something that he's used to. He was used to either. But now he does it. Now he's fine with it. It's been so many years. But yeah, I always wonder what the initial reaction is.
No, honestly, I can't pinpoint exactly when that's happened to me, but has happened to me as well. Like, kissed as a greeting. And I've always wondered, and this is like, it sounds like I'm joking, but I'm actually being serious. Like, I've always wondered, are you supposed to kiss back? Like,
I
like,
did. I was
like I'm
scared.
being serious. Like,
I
I've
was
always
so
wondered.
scared.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just sit there like a deer in headlights and let them do it. But like, I'm always like, am I supposed to be like, mwah, mwah, also,
No, you're fine.
or
If
mwah,
if the person
or one,
kisses
or
you, that's
however it
okay.
works?
You either kiss the person or the person kisses you. Usually, it really depends. Like if I'm going to like see my cousin or like another household, I will be the one usually doing the kissing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it's like one way. You if like someone kisses you, you don't have to like kiss it back. It's supposed to be like like.
Yeah, because I remember when I was younger, like I go with my dad's family, and like they'd all kiss me, and I'm like, don't don't kiss me, like
Like, who
yeah.
are you people?
yeah,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
it would be all across the board. It would of course be like my aunts and uncles, also be my like my cousins, and I'm like, and then after a while, after I kept getting more used to it, I'm like, do I kiss back? And I think there was a brief period where I did, but then it felt so awkward. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna just sit there and just let them do what they want.
Yeah.
But
Just
yeah,
sort of stand there and like,
kiss me.
okay, come
It's
here,
just in.
come here.
Manuel's a bottom.
Yeah, basically, I got like radicalized as a bottom because I got tired of like wondering if I kiss back or not. For me, unless it's uncle and stuff, I just give them handshakes.
Oh yeah, yeah, guys don't kiss each other. They give handshakes.
Well,
Um, it's usually if it's the like opposite sex. It's very interesting.
there's but I wonder, like you said, if that's gonna still continue. I'm pretty sure there'll always be like maybe the younger generation won't. It'll die out in a few generations, but I'm pretty sure we'll still see it from the older ones no matter what. But who knows?
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
Oof.
See
because
that?
everyone talks about like, oh, things will return to like normal, but shit like this changes cultures in the world, like
Yes.
in ways you don't realize. Like certain things we do now are
This reminds me.
because of
This
past
reminds me.
things.
I think it was like I think it was South Africa or some other country in Africa where because of the I think it was Ebola at some point the pandemic that they started greeting each other by like elbowing,
Oh, with
like
the
elbow to
Oh,
elbow. So
Oh
like
yeah.
it changed their whole greeting. Just
that's crazy.
yeah. And so like when I was in Peru, we were like greeting each other with the elbow.
just
But
man.
I don't think that's gonna like stick around. Probably like
No.
hugs. But
Well,
I don't know if like kissing, maybe kissing like immediate family and not so much like strangers anymore.
'Cause
I
it's
Hmm.
an intimacy thing, right? Like it's all about the closeness of that relationship. That's why the whole kissing thing and hugging and anything like that.
well,
I
when
I I think
It's
so.
really
I had
interesting.
just met that person, so I
Sax is like,
See,
I don't know what they were doing. They're just
if you meet someone for the first time, you greet like that by kissing.
Oh, I
Um,
see. Okay.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
it's like breaking the ice, right?
yeah. It's like a breaking
now
ice.
nothing's awkward.
I'm
I
like,
kissed you.
I'm
It's
like,
like
okay.
building like a familiar, getting familiar with that person.
I know, but
Like
Yeah.
like I said, that's pretty much like that. Really is breaking the ice. Like, can anything be awkward after that?
I'm
for
like,
now, I think that only people like immediate family, like your own household, will probably like stick around. But I don't think so much like, oh, I'm meeting my sister-in-law's family for the first time. Like kissing might be not in people's
Hmm.
minds anymore.
oh, I see. Okay.
So you guys are
It's
so
But
used
we
to
will
each other.
see. We will see. We'll see. I'm very curious how it's gonna play out. So
similar
Just
to the memes that have gone around. Once like ALA 2022 happens or some shit like that, and I see some of the homies again in person, I'm fucking making out with all of you. I'm gonna get snacks. You'd be like, "Ah," just we're gonna be like the JAV, like close up on the mouth, guys.
oh
Me and
no,
snacks are
I
going
hate
at
when
it.
they do the close up on the mouth. Ew. Oh, and they do
I
the
actually,
close up on the mouth on the glass. Okay, I'm
That's the
done.
best
oh
feeling,
no,
dude.
oh I actually hate that too.
I'm like,
I, I hate it. I hate when they do that because a lot of times it'll like this is going. Well, I guess it's
Uh,
on topic. So if you watch a lot of JAV, a lot of times they'll only have maybe two, like especially if it's a solo girl one, like it's like a one girl stars in a movie, which is very common there, which is not common really in the U.S. But but they'll usually only have like two actual sex scenes, and then the other hour or so will be taken up by like various activities. And almost
Yeah.
always one of them is a solo thing, but the solo thing might not be what you're thinking. It might be what's like Snack said, be like, I'm gonna make out on a piece of glass. You can look, you can pretend you're on the other side of this and be like,
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
so
and it's basically you get a pane of glass and you just like that,
yeah.
and like you open your mouth wide too, so you can see all in there, and it's like,
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
You've
Well, I
never
mean, I
seen
don't watch a
it?
lot of Jav, so
It's
that's
pretty oh, well, do you watch a lot of
I
Jeff?
think it's usually for like when it's like featuring one idol, like the whole video
yeah.
is featuring only
Oh
one idol.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because usually when it's a multiple thing, it's usually, first of all, it's a compilation usually, and it'll all only have like one sex scene from each or some shit like that.
Some
But
yeah, so, sometimes they'll have like if it's like a longer video, they'll have each actress do the kissing glass thing, but yeah.
10 hours.
Oh
an
no.
hour compilation.
Yeah, them to then
No,
10 hours on.
when I was in Japan, this was actually was a more recent trip, like one I didn't really publicize too much. I bought some JV Blu-rays from the store just to play in my room. And this sounds really weird, like not because I was like lonely or whatever, just to play in my hotel room. And I specifically would go after like the longest ones. So I'd go there because they had this like, not every store had this, but this store I went to had like this bargain section that had like, they were like $10 Blu-rays, and they were all like 8-hour compilations kind of thing. And I just got like two or three good ones, and I just bought those. And
That's really long.
yeah,
Yeah, it
just to show.
is. I've
Well, the whole
watched a
idea was I
couple.
wouldn't, I wouldn't have to like hit play again or some shit like that. I would just play it for 8 hours.
Yeah, either or you go back to it, like bits and pieces. You're like, oh,
Background
Yeah,
stuff. Background stuff.
like you have like you eat pizza like maybe once every other like once a month or something like that. Like that's what you do with those videos. You watch it like once a month. You're like, where was I again? Oh, the gangbang. Oh,
it's
right.
actually hilarious because I threw away. I brought those those Blu-rays back with me, but I threw the cases away recently just to like save in space. And I kept the disc because I'm like, maybe somebody want, I don't know. And they're actually right here under my monitor, but I can't show them because I was actually going to show you. And I remember, oh shit, they're naked on the disc. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
so I'm like, oops.
I have
So
to
yeah, but
grab mine.
but anyways, so, wait, chat. PPG sandwich. You still don't have pizza every Tuesday. Oh, Mr. Taco's back. All right,
I knew
he's
someone
over
who had
now. Hit him
pizza
up
all the
something.
time,
Hey,
but
Mr. Taco.
that's another story.
No, I actually was gonna have pizza today. That was my whole plan, and then I accidentally slept before we started, so I had no time to like order any. So oops. I made myself a microwave burger though,
Oh,
like a frozen burger, which actually was surprisingly
I
good. Everyone
want
should go
a
get the
TV
Walmart burgers.
sandwich.
Um, what did I write here? I'm just reading some of the notes. So I'm trying to move. I'm trying to like see what the other stuff is. But I'm like, I just started reading about whether girl lactates, and I'm like, what?
What the hell? Are we
Yeah,
on that part of the topic now?
hold on. I'm trying to read
what
this.
what genre
That
are we
said,
are
can
we
be very
diving
Yeah,
into?
spicy.
which genre
I
are we doing now? We went
oh
from 8-hour lactation.
no, because
Okay, I'm
I
done.
was saying like I was originally, and I didn't do it because I honestly I think 'cause I didn't read it, but I was gonna go on about the differences of like guy and girl, like Japanese stuff,
Hmm.
like as in porn, and I was gonna point out that like a lot of the gay stuff in general, and I also mean like Yuri, it's all like targeted towards girls in Japan, and I find that so interesting. Um, like obviously you could be a guy, you could be anything and like anything, but you
The
could be a
thing is
guy
that
and
the
like
main
Yuri is
focus is, well, for guy stuff, the main focus are the guys. So
yeah, exactly. But
well, in
like
hetero stuff, the main focus is the girl.
Just imagine a Yuri, and then it's just all guys.
no, because it's the big fuck, what's the word I'm looking for?
Okay.
It's the big trope that people in the US like if you do lesbian porn, if you like, only guys watch lesbian porn basically. There are, and like if you go out there, there's definitely like some there's been a whole movement like the past few years. I think they talked about it in like some of the porn documentaries that are on Netflix as well. There's been a move to make like, oh, for like actual lesbian women to like reclaim lesbian porn, but most times it's just guys who are like it's hot, two girls like kissing. But I just find it interesting that that in Japan, like Yuri's still marketed towards girls. It's like, oh, look at pretty girls kissing. Like we don't have
It's
Nyara on, but
really
that's like Nyara's like,
cutesy and soft.
yeah, it's like look, two soft girls touching each other. What am I saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, what are you saying?
hugging and kissing.
But I was but I
It's
just
different.
I finally read the thing that I was gonna talk. I was gonna mention how in Japan there's a lot of and because it was actually Leslie who shared this. There was this there's
Oh,
this
sure.
girl, there's that girl who draws the comics of like bad first dates or some shit like that. Or I forget what the premise of those comics are. Basically, like things guys say to girls.
Oh
Um,
yeah, someone makes like a whole like series of comics like shit thing like shitty things that men say on dates.
and one of them was that that like, oh, you didn't actually have fun having sex with me last night because you didn't lactate.
Oh
Like
my
milk didn't come
god.
out your titties, and the whole thing wasn't. Everyone agreed, like in the comments, it was kind of consensus. I don't know if you read the comments, but I did. I went to the comments because my first thought was this too, was that he probably watched hentai or something like that. And for the record, it's usually not. I don't think it's meant to be breast milk. If you ever watch like not watch, but if you ever like read manga, I mentioned this last week about like all the sweat you see on people, like how that's actually I can't stand that, like the way they draw all the sweat. But one of the things they also draw is like when the chick's on top, a lot of times they'll be like, oh look, there's like liquid coming out of her boobs. I don't know if that's meant to be lactation. I don't think it is. I think it's meant to be more sweat. But you know what I'm talking about, Jordan? Like you see it a lot. It's very common.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's like the equivalent of like when they have to show like a guy coming into a girl. It's not real semen. It's just like, you know, they just put it in the woman and then they cut
And it's
to
like
it.
Oh yeah.
so yeah, and my whole thing was like and everyone was pretty much agreeing in the comments that like this dude probably like his only like thing with sex before this was reading some manga, and he thought that when girls are like having sex that they lactate, and just blew my
And they're
mind.
supposed to do, and like they're supposed to be screaming a lot and doing all
Yeah.
this like kimochi na.
Um.
Kimochi. I had a Japanese when I was taking Japanese one time. the the prompt for one, this was like on one of like our like mini tests, like not a like a whole huge big test, but like we had to do like quick little vocabulary every day in this one particular class, and the word was like feels good, and there honestly I forget what the thing to
Hey,
feels good is,
feels good.
e something, I don't know, but I forget what the actual, there's an actual verb for that, but this dude put kimochi. And he was like my partner that day, and he was all like, I put kimochi and she marked it wrong.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
I gotta pee. I'll be back.
Oh, god damn it. But yeah, so even though technically, I guess it technically does mean that, but I just thought that was funny. That's my kimochi story.
I think
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it's used more for like sexual stuff.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
not really
there's
something
a
you
word that connotation. It's more for sexual stuff instead of the literal meaning.
like
Yeah.
if like iku
E
is the verb to go, like
yeah, to
iku
go.
ikimasu, but if you say
But
iku
in
yo, that
Korean,
means I'm coming. Did I actually do the ikuyo like all girly too? Why did I do it like that?
You
Like
know,
I could do the guy version, ikuyo, but the ikuyo. So yeah, that's Manuel's ahagao. Just ahagao. Why did I pick it up? Um, but yeah, I'm sure everyone knew that, right?
send it, clip it, and
Iku,
then
when
Manuel's go face. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting to point out that that I think I forgot why. Oh, because I wrote that in because I thought I was gonna attack Leslie a bit on like all the gay shit.
oh, the
Not like attack you as in like it's like wrong, but more like I found it interesting, and maybe we'll talk about this now. Now that I brought it up after all, is that you one of the forms of adult like content you consume, for lack of a better term, is something that technically Warren wouldn't like be able to replicate. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
the gay stuff.
yeah, I guess
Yes. I mean, I guess if he's open to it, he could do it. But you know what I mean? Like, how does that work in a relationship? I've always like, because I think that's been the big problem with both of the people who were against the stuff I like. Because it's like,
their interests don't match this. That's why you
yeah,
think.
but I mean, that's kind of the point, don't you think?
I
I know
mean,
that sounds weird, but like,
I think you should just be respectful of what the other person likes. And if you have a problem, then you like talk about it and see if you can uh like make some sacrifices. But I don't think there's like anything wrong that I like gay stuff. And I don't think he thinks that it's anything wrong that I like gay stuff. So that's why it's good.
yeah, because I guess
It
it's a
depends
weird
on your partner.
example, but like, like if Warren were like, what, like, what's a good example? Like if Warren were looking at porn of somebody who doesn't look like you, would you be upset? You know what I'm saying?
Warren's type is usually someone with big boobs, which I don't have.
Well, there we
So.
go. I'm not gonna lie. I was not to say like I know what Warren likes, but like Warren, if you ever watch it,
It's so funny because one time it was like backstage for a fashion show. I think it was AX, and my friend was there. One of my friends, and he I think he asked Warren what his type is, type was or something, or what he liked. And I think either me or him said big boobs, and he just started laughing. And the designer that was in the back, he speaks English. He started laughing too, because I don't have big boobs. Well, we are
No.
together, so.
Oh wow.
But see, that's kind of almost the beauty of those kind of situations, by the way, and that's that's one of the things I always
Well,
find
everything was like a good joke within friends, and that designer is also a really good friend too. So it was all good. No one meant to offend me. It was just a joke.
hella
Right,
funny.
right.
Clarifying that.
So
Honesty, pass it on.
Yeah.
so yeah. Oh shit! What happened to this? I'm sorry, my phone like literally shut off. Let me turn it on again.
What
That
is
is
Luna
So
fine.
saying? Well, hella funny. I forgot about that. LOL. Leslie likes pretty boys. I like pretty boys.
What's
so yeah.
your what artists do you look at for your hentais or your dojins, Leslie?
I don't usually like right now. I don't usually have a favorite, but I usually like.
I'm ugly. What the fuck?
I usually right now I'm usually reading whatever like pops up on my feed, and I think it looks cool. So I'm
Mm.
reading a bunch of different stuff. Usually like Korean comics, especially for gay stuff. Korean comics and Chinese comics are
Yeah,
popular.
they do a good job with the art styles
I'm
Yeah,
too.
not gonna lie. I'm
I've
not
been
gonna
reading
lie.
a lot of Korean.
In the drawing, Warren looks very effeminate and he looks like a snack. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'd
I mean,
smash.
Excuse me, my boyfriend's really pretty.
listen, I know.
Sorry.
You look kind of evil.
I took such a long
I know.
time trying to draw Leslie. Like I was
I
just
never
trying to
said
figure
I was
out.
good.
Your
Oh,
pose is like bothering me so much in the beginning. I just like I had to do something about it. So,
Okay.
but other than that, like Warren's just doing his own thing. You're ramming him.
Warren says I like pretty boys, and he forgets that he's also pretty.
Yeah.
So.
So
Yeah, always getting in the way of my
you
relationship
got
just
the
because
better
I'm
end of the deal, Leslie.
Oh,
evil at the
in the
evil at
way
the
of my
said.
relationship because I'm just not interested in watching regular anime. Oh, I mean, I do like regular anime, so that's good. We watch a lot of anime together.
one of the biggest things is
And
I've been in a.
sometimes, sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish yours.
Sometimes we watch like gay stuff too. Like we watched the Given movie recently.
The what movie?
Oh,
Given.
thank you
And
for bringing.
I've
why
never
do
heard
you
of it.
We
love this
interviewed.
movie?
We interviewed Kodomo. Sentimental. We entered Sentimental, the one which is the theme song for that, for both Given the anime and Given the movie. So go A to
What's
J
that
Connections.
about?
It's on the homepage.
Check out
It's a
that.
BL. We interviewed
BL.
him, and everyone loves the interview because I guess like nobody really interviews him. Nobody has interviewed him in English.
Oh.
So to this day, that interview still gets like random comments on Twitter and everything like that.
No.
So
That's
yeah,
cute.
like people who find it like through like googling like up the guy.
I'm gonna share it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for it and I'm gonna share it.
Sentimental. It's kind of a hard thing to anyways, I said it pretty clearly there, but sentimental. Anyways, but yeah, it's actually funny because every so often, like in some of my recent like relationshipy type things, people are always amazed because I actually don't like okay, it's actually my New Year's resolution to get more into hentai. I've talked about this many times, but I'm not a huge fan of anime. I said hentai. I meant anime because I'm not a huge fan of anime in general. Let me phrase that. I want to be a fan of anime, but I don't
Hmm.
watch anime. That's
You're
a better way
not
to
a
phrase that.
weeb. You're a fake weeb.
Yeah, I'm a fake weeb.
Yeah, you
Everyone
just
thinks I
lie to
watch a ton of
people all.
anime, but I really
Fake.
don't.
I
Oh
believe
You
it.
yeah.
sit
I
here
don't
a
think
throne
that.
of lies.
And there are people who think I also like listen to nothing but idol music. But like I mentioned it on the last podcast that I pretty much absorbed a year's worth of idol music and news like before that podcast because I'd been so out of the loop. So
You haven't listened to music since like 2015.
yeah, I'm becoming really. This is off topic. I'll come back and take it. I'm becoming really boomer, where I'm starting to listen to like the shit I listened to like 10 years ago, just on repeat, over and over.
It's good
But
stuff.
anyways,
We listen to Show by Rock and BTS.
oh, I gotta listen more Show by Rock. That sounds.
It's so good. The new
Yeah.
season, the new Stars season came out, and they have new songs, and I'm like, it's shit. My stupid boys are in there. I love it.
Oh, and before we move on a little, because I just realized like we're already past into the second hour. I
Yeah.
have this really funny. I have this really funny. Not funny. I had this interesting little aside that I was thinking of when I was like writing this last night about like because as far as I know, I'm not sure, but as far as I know, none of us are in a relationship with somebody who has like an OnlyFans. Um, but how would you deal with that? I just thought that was a really
I
interesting
want
thing
Warren
to
to have
broach.
an OnlyFans.
He shows his butt.
Well, there you go. I think let's just gonna answer.
I want him to.
Just kidding. He says that if he would be a girl, he would be like OnlyFans.
I
Well,
feel
I'm
it.
pretty sure that's any guy's like outside view of
Mm.
it. Like I say that, but I wonder if I really would if I was a girl, But I
Would you
probably would.
really have like an OnlyFans? Is that what you're saying? Like would you try to get an OnlyFans, Manuel?
I mean, like right now, if I was a girl, yes, I would. But you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to say, like if I was changed to a girl, yeah. But maybe if like I was like born a girl, had like or was a girl or whatever, maybe I'd have a different mindset. That's all I was saying there. I was trying
That's
to be
okay.
clever with my
You
wording.
can still have one.
But would you?
People
would,
like
would,
that BBW
I
stuff.
still have OnlyFans.
I was just curious because that's actually an interesting point to bring up because one of the things I see a lot online is like some people who have OnlyFans, like not necessarily people I know a lot of people who have them for the record.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I don't know why I'm
You
like
can drop their
feeling coy
links in
about
the
it.
comment in
Yeah,
the
I mentioned it
description
before.
below.
Like
I know, like I have friends that have OnlyFans and they're in relationships.
exactly like
Yeah.
Hina, who was on our podcast last week. Well, this week I meant to say. She didn't mention it this time. Well, she mentioned it at the end, but she didn't like talk about it. But when she was on earlier on in the year, she was going on about her OnlyFans, about everyone should sub to it. Actually, around Christmas time, because she was saying she had a sale going on back then, so like everyone should have sub to it. But so yeah, we've had people on and like who are also in relationships, and
It
it's cool.
also depends the type of content that you make too. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have to be like all explicit adult content for OnlyFans. You can just post like lewds or like similar stuff. It really depends, really.
Yeah.
What would you do if your significant other was like a fan of a lot of OnlyFans?
I mean that's fine too, right?
I know, but like it's like the exact same question that we've been talking about for the past hour, but by its very definition, an OnlyFans is a lot more of a personal thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
think I kind of understand.
you know
You know,
what I mean.
it goes back to the whole ordeal of like, you you guys got to know what you guys want out of
There
this
you go. That's actually the
relationship.
best way to
Yeah.
put that. It's
I
like
mean, that's
that's
it.
clearly something you should discuss. Like if I did this, would it bother you?
Yeah.
Yes, it will. Okay, then I
Yeah.
guess I won't. Let's let's
Yeah,
meet in the
that's why I
middle
say
somewhere.
like make sure what people's boundaries are. Like, oh, does it bother you that I subscribe to OnlyFans? Does it bother you that I have an OnlyFans?
Like don't lie to each other. Don't
Yeah,
like,
don't hide stuff because it's just sus.
it'll be like Manuel where it built up because like he just stored stuff in, ticking
Yeah.
time bomb,
Like every so often I think about that and I'm like, but then again, I don't think it would have worked out if I would have just told her we would have broken up earlier, which might
Yeah.
have been for the better, for everyone involved.
Hold on,
But
hold on. Leslie, what do you want to wear? Do you want like a
I want a
BDSM
cute
type of
dress.
outfit? A cute
a
dress?
cute
Okay.
dress.
What kind of dress? What are we talking? Like a
Fluffy
sundress?
dresses, really,
Fluffy
really.
Lolita.
Fluffy dress? Okay. All right. Let me see what I can figure out
It's,
here.
it's it's fluffy Leslie. Oh shit.
Look up
Don't go spilling anything.
No, I have 3
Any
bottles on the
reference,
table,
Leslie? Any reference
and
you want
like
me
they're
to
look up
they're
Angelic
clanking.
Pretty.
To be honest, I would not be too comfortable with my
Pretty.
partner if I would not be too comfortable if my partner subscribed to
Oh, I got
a
you.
girl's OnlyFans. I
I
don't know.
got
That's
you.
just me. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. Like like I feel. I mean, obviously, if I'm
That's
like
Okay.
I'm
also the intent too.
that is true. Like I mentioned it before. Like I was sub. I was sub to Hina's OnlyFans for ages. I think I still am, as far as I know. I don't think I've unsubbed. Um, and that was like literally just for like the support. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I've even looked at her stuff. Um,
Like
um,
subscribing to people's and the money just automatically goes there, but you don't like
yeah, it's like a
increase the
Patreon.
content or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. This part, actually, are there? No, actually, not OnlyFans. But like, if there was some, this is the part. Like, if there was someone to follow, I'm not gonna like be like, oh yeah, I never use OnlyFans. I would, but the people I sub to right now, I think they're all just for support. You know, like I said, it's like having to pay, like subbing to someone's Patreon.
So Manuel, I'm gonna
Um,
start on OnlyFans next week.
yeah,
So
if
Okay.
it's not
you could
like,
just support me.
if it's not
Money.
$50
Yeah.
a month, I'll do it.
Go ahead. You can make
I
it
mean, not that crazy,
$32 a
but like
month.
every so
I
often,
might
like you know,
support Jordan's OnlyFans.
Oh, thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that.
there you go. But
Oh,
you better show me your
Gonna
ass or
hype
something.
you up.
Yeah, you could use your Anna Rose that you mentioned earlier with 4K.
exactly.
You could
What is
show it
Anna
off. You could
Rose?
show it off in 4K.
Everyone look
Like
up
really
surfboard.
zoom up on it
Everyone look
like
up surfboard
this.
potato. You'll see what I mean when it's like, oh wow,
Surfboard. Wait,
yeah,
surfboard
potato.
potato.
User like surfboard potato. They're verified on Pornhub, and they also have OnlyFans too.
What the fuck? Wait, is this dude? Is this? Wait, is this dude? Is it, what is he doing to that T? Hold on.
The T. Yeah, you called it a T.
Oh, he's
Hey.
coming in it. Oh my god.
Oh my God, why are you describing it?
Cause this is blow. What am I looking? I need to get
Oh,
off
look
of
up the
this.
free look up the free hands one. I don't know about the stuff that he does like pro
Manuel,
recently.
Manuel just paid for something.
I know. I'm just.
He was
I
like, "What
don't.
is this? $9?"
Oh, for a second there, I thought this was gonna be the guy who did like the, and I have that listed later on, but like did the Astolfo thing, but
All this stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
Monster
this.
Pretty much
Dick.
Jordan just like freehand cross dressing. Is
This-
that gonna be the theme of your OnlyFans?
The
Yes, it
CC,
is,
make sure
basically.
to have a CC
Oh,
lemon
shit.
in there too.
I almost knocked down my keyboard thingy. Um, sorry. Let me go back to the thing. Oh
I
shit.
know
see
you.
these-
I know you. I was gonna base your hairstyle off your current
Make the
hairstyle
dress.
right
Oh,
now.
that's a cute. That's a good idea. I don't know if you saw like Warren's thing. Make the dress go over his butt. Like that's
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to
Have you
like
ever
trying to like curve it up there. You know, trying to like.
Actually, I won't see that scene.
But then you won't be able
Um,
to see his butt. That's the thing.
Well, you probably should be showing his butt
Okay,
anyway.
so
But yeah.
his glorious butt.
But
That's like
that's a really good
Like this is just
really
a sketch.
cool
I'm
thing.
actually gonna try and outline
I
this. And,
make songs about Warren's butt every day. That's
I
how
have to.
I'm gonna
I like his butt.
Yeah. So
I'm
we'll
gonna
leave his butt
test.
out. We'll just pretend the dress like kind of like bunches up over here.
Mhm.
Like this. Like she's pressing.
I'm
it
gonna
against it.
test Warren and Leslie's boundaries later on, and just like start messaging Warren for nudes every night.
He'll just send you someone else's nudes. It probably won't be his.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, there you go. Or if he does that to you, I got you.
Just send someone else's nudes.
I'll
That's
just
crazy.
send you. I'll just give you pictures of me, and then you can just send that to him. And if Manuel's like yes, and then I'll be like,
Yes.
ah, you just got cut.
Fuck you, son of a bitch.
Oh, sorry, this is more like waist high.
Okay,
Sorry.
partially. Jordan the homie. God damn you guys. But no. Yeah. Know your boundaries. Yeah, I think we covered everything in that mostly. Harems, Paul. Oh, that was a funny topic. Let's go into that one actually. Let's
Yeah.
not do that one. So yeah, let's move on a little before because we do have a couple more things to cover. Actually, we have a lot more things to cover. Let's talk about our JV actress of the week. Put her on screen, Snakz.
Okay, sure. I'll
It's
put her on
Matsuri
screen.
Kiritani. I keep wanting to call her Kuritani, even though I don't think it's even a name.
I want curry.
I know it just sounds like curry.
Oof,
Um, it's
I
funny because
main
on the
curry.
podcast this week, there's this girl named Sayuki, and I kept saying Sayuki the whole time, and it just
Journey to the West.
oh look, it's Matsuri. I love her. She's our current JV recommendation of the week.
Yeah,
I
she's
put
very
it. I put
nice.
it. I put it in a note. I'm not sure if she's like partially retired because when I was looking her up for like researching this thing,
It's so cute.
Yeah,
um,
she's pretty famous for a couple of things.
oh,
Uh,
what are the things you're gonna say?
this being this right here, she's very famous for the that middle area, the
Oh,
assets.
the titties. She has pretty nice titties.
Yeah, they're yes, very nice.
I was mentioning this before we went live that I have levels of things I like to put on in the background while I'm working on things, and there's the level when I'm not really focused too much on my work, so I'll have a YouTube video on that has like dialogue or something. And then there's another level. There's a few more levels in between. There's another level where I'm trying to focus on my work a lot, but I also want something that, like, if I need a brief little break, I can watch something. So it'll be like sometimes I'll put like an instrumental performance on or something like that. I didn't mention it earlier, but one of the things I like to put on recently in the past few like weeks or so are two, and she probably has more than two, but I only have two of Matsuri Kiritani's, like not her porn, like where she's having sex, but like her gravure, but where she's naked gravure.
Hmm.
They call it hair nude, by the way, with just like them like naked, but everything except for actually seeing like vagina, um, which they wouldn't show anyway. But so I put those on in like the background of my shit, and I'm just like, that's nice, good for you. And I was even making that joke where like
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever was ever watching those for like sexual reasons, and I'm definitely not anymore. Like it's literally it serves two purposes. One, it's something nice to look at. Like not only good looking girl, cute girl with like big titties, but it's also like she's in nice locations or whatever, nicely shot, like calm, soothing music. It's very ASMR on top. I mean, she's not doing any sounds, but the music, I mean.
Similar to gravure.
So yeah, it's just calming, and I'm like. It's just so funny because I know these movies like inside and out now because I've seen them so many times, and now I'm just like judging them like on like artistic levels. It's just great, like literally artistic levels. I'm not even making a joke there. It's not like art, but yeah, I'm like, if I ever watch them for reasons of like, ooh, like gonna need some alone time with these, it's definitely not. It's just like, yeah, good for you.
You can
You're
appreciate the quality of
Yeah,
some.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you can do both, but I'm not saying no, and no shame if you do that. I'm just saying that like for me, it's just really funny that like she's become really my favorite like current. Oh, I also want to mention that she's my current favorite JV person like who's active right now. Um, my 100%
she's
current
pretty
favorite.
damn popular. Yeah,
Yeah, she is. She
she's
does a
got some good
ton of
photos out
videos.
there.
Oh, speaking of that, I was complaining to Snacks when I looked up her name both in English and in Japanese, I could not find any non-naked pictures of her. It was actually or she was just nearly naked, and I didn't want like we probably shouldn't show her in a bikini here, shit like that, like tiny
Yeah,
bikinis. So I was like, oh my god, it was actually really hard to find pictures. Like Snacks found these, I didn't find these. I
I know
had
where
to
to look.
turn.
I know
I
where to
had to
look.
turn on Safe Search for like the first time in my life. I had to turn it on, and I still couldn't find really any. It was crazy. I've never had that problem before. But
Yeah,
everyone go look at her video. She has nice titties and
yeah. Everyone go watch her videos. There's a couple of like some squirting stuff like that. And
she does one.
Manuel says that like the squirting is not real and stuff, and then
It's pee, but
it's
no, this is
real.
a topic for another day. But speaking of squirting and pee, she did one of those videos that we briefly mentioned many episodes ago, or like many. We've only done two before this. One of the
It
other episodes, she's done one of the male squirt ones where it's
I would
definitely
that's
the guy
the
peeing.
I did not want to say that, but that's the exact one that I was thinking
Oh,
about.
you've seen
Where
it.
I've seen it.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie, hers was
yeah,
the
I've seen
first
it.
one I've ever
She goes, "Ah."
seen. Yeah, where the dude's just peeing everywhere. Probably Leslie's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You guys can't see
Yeah.
Leslie's face because Leslie is covered by her.
Oh, let me
Yeah.
remove the photos.
No, but I mean, I have seen that like bell squirting before. It's really
The
just
dude's peeing.
me. So I mean, no, I don't know if it was her stuff, but I seen like that type of stuff before. Yeah.
One of my favorite current memes right now is like President Biden. I sent it to Snakz already. Like President Biden
Yeah,
signs an executive order declaring that that squirt is really just pee.
yeah, yeah,
Stupid.
yeah. Signs an executive where the squirt's not pee. Squirt's
That's
real.
true. It really is. It really is just it's not like
No, it's real.
anything.
It
Yeah.
actually really is like a
No,
like
it's real.
people have
Okay. Well.
people have actually like done tests on it to see what it's made out of. Like you can Google this. I'm actually not making this up. People have done tests to see what it's made of, and it's pee. And even if you watch there's I forget which porn documentary it is, but there's a porn documentary on Netflix. One of the first ones, like from like 2015, where like they're showing the behind the scenes, like some cam girl, like like they're doing some cam girl shit. And one of the girls is like, "Oh, I need a squirt, Like, let me drink a bunch of water." And she looks at the camera because it's a documentary. She's like, "Camera." She's like, "But it's not pee, I swear." And she just keeps drinking water. And even she's basically telling everyone in the documentary that she's just gonna pee on like her stream. But yeah. Anyways.
It's clear.
Well, yeah, because you're drinking water. Like, it's not always clear. It should be clear, but anyways.
They got it's a very talented thing to be able to do that.
Let's not go
It's
into.
not very talented. I'm like, that was pretty. That went pretty high that
I mean, to each their own.
time. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, look at Leslie in the picture. I mean, not like look at Leslie here, but
I'm very focused.
yeah, she looks so focused in the. Yeah, exactly. She looks so like focused on this in the picture. She's like, yeah.
And then Warren over here just focusing on getting his one-ups in Mario 3D.
Mario 3.
Yeah, he's playing Mario 3D on the Switch.
Yeah, all three of us gonna be.
We're playing Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Animal
Okay,
Crossing.
hold on. All right. What's an Animal Crossing thing I can put up there?
I was so upset.
Oh,
that,
you can put like the acorn or like the bells and stuff.
Jordan.
Yeah.
There was a period a long time ago where Jordan sent me this. I don't know. It's whatever. You can't deny it. Jordan sent me this picture of one of my favorite villagers. Her name's Ruby. My favorite villager ever. She's like this albino bunny.
Mm-hmm.
And who wants to be an idol. And he sent me a picture of her, and I just thought he was sending me a picture. And he sent it to me like 2 or 3 times, like over the course of a week or so. And it was the third time or so that I realized, because if you ever look at the character, and this goes for most of the Animal Crossing characters, they don't really wear pants. So like she just has like a t-shirt on, like like a cartoon character. But the drawing that he had been sending me was her, like it was kind of like it wasn't totally like from the floor up, but it was like looking up at her. And I didn't notice it, but they drew her.
Oh my god, they're on furry.
Yeah, and I'm like, God damn it, Jordan! I was so pissed.
Well, I mean,
can't do this to Ruby.
It was also in the same period of time where I just kept on sending you like a bunch of traps too.
Oh,
yeah.
Because like the Link ones were my favorite, because like that was a big thing. Breath of the Wild Link, because he dresses up like a girl to get into the not Sheikah, Sheikah. No,
I think you like because I was sending you I was actually sending you girls, and then it was like you made me mad somehow.
No, because yeah.
Gerudos, Chikas, Gerudos.
It reminds me that fun fact.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is.
The creator of Beastars, she really wants Animal Crossing to be like a dating sim.
Oh my
god!
No, I'm not gonna
lie.
I know herself to write the dialogue.
I took pictures of it, but if I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing again, like since like around Christmas. Because by the way, the Christmas Day, 25th of December, is Ruby's birthday. So I've been playing a lot since then until now. And when Valentine's Day happened, I didn't know this was going to happen, because I don't think it's happened in other Animal Crossing games. All the villagers you're friends with will give you a Valentine's and give you like a chocolate or flowers. And
I didn't know that.
Yes. And Ruby, among everyone gave them to me, but like Ruby's was all like, like, how do I say this? Like, I really like you. It's like, oh my god, my heart's beating so fast. So I'm like, I took a screenshot. I was gonna post it. And I'm like, wait, that probably just makes me like a mad furry if I do that.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
did it.
And then all the stuff that you gave Leslie about her being a furry for liking B stars.
Yeah, man, I was just
Here-
gonna like B stars.
Here I am happy that Ruby's all like, I like, you know, her heart's beating fast by saying she likes me. And obviously the implication is, I don't want to say the game was trying to be lewd there. The whole implication was that she's just like, I like you. Because
Yeah.
but
As a
still,
friend.
but still,
Sorry
I
to
was like,
disappoint.
I want
and
to
then,
put something out from the chat. Oh, are you done, Manuel? Sorry.
yeah.
Mr. Attack was saying to not use transphobic slurs. I think he
What?
means trap.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No.
That was my fault. Forgive
Just,
me.
I will
No
say, I
worries.
will say this, and
I mean,
obviously,
it's good that you acknowledge it.
obviously, it's a thing where like
It
people,
used,
people.
like the word used to be really like used a lot, so I understand why it can
No.
be hard to transition to not using it.
I don't want to. I don't want to name the
Yeah.
person it is. But I have a friend, and they're very open about like, you know, their sexuality, and they're also like, you know, a trans person as well. They call themselves that word, and I know that it's like it's fine when they do it, but you know, I'm just pointing out that like things get confusing like that. But sorry. Yeah, I didn't say it, but I'm just apologizing for Jordan. Apparently,
It's okay.
I actually watched myself from
Thanks.
saying that too. I've never said it. Like, I don't think I've ever said it. Not so much because like I've always been like, oh, you know, like careful about it, but I've just been careful in
No,
general.
just because like I think us ourselves don't think of it as in a negative connotation.
Yeah.
I think that's like, you know, that's just how
It's
it
like
is.
too
And
cross-dressing now to use
yeah,
that.
And I don't want to use the whole like, you know, the quote unquote like, oh, you know, in this case my trans friend, but I don't
Yeah,
think
so-
that either of us can be called like, you know, trans.
so apologies if it ever
Yes.
does come up, but we don't view it in such a
Exactly.
negative connotation. Yeah.
I mean, I don't use it at all, just because I've always been very careful about everything I say, because I'm always like, someone will use this against me 10 years from now.
Mhm.
Like I ain't gonna become
You're
like, you
already
know,
so canceled.
they ain't gonna find a 10-year-old tweet on me, you know.
Oh no, they will.
I mean,
They're
they
gonna
still
find
They
a-
will.
will.
We're gonna find a
I'm-
10-year-old on Manuel in the backyard and just
Whoa.
there he is. This is the man. We caught him.
But anyways, real fast, let's just close up my little Animal Crossing thing. The chocolates Ruby gave me, for Thanksgiving, one of the items, like a pedestal. I think you're meant to put like the food on there or whatever. But I put the
Mm.
pedestal out because Ruby and I have houses close together, and I put the pedestal right outside of her house, which is like right in front of mine, and then I put the chocolates on there. That's so weird.
What
Like,
do
I
you-
made an
You're
altar.
you're just admitting more that you're a
I'm
furry.
digging, yeah, I'm digging my
Oh
furry
my
grave
Memo.
god,
here.
no, you
Yeah.
are full-blown furry now.
Yeah.
I want you to apologize to
We
Leslie.
accept you.
I want
oh,
you to
oh,
apologize.
and they also give you gifts on Christmas, but that's obvious. But they give you gifts on Christmas, and the gifts that Ruby gave me, they're the only gifts I have displayed, and they're
Yeah,
so
you
out of place.
keep
That
digging.
I have them
Keep
displayed
digging.
in my living room.
Keep
in my
digging,
house in
Manuel.
Animal
Keep digging.
Crossing. It's so out of
You're
nowhere.
almost to the
like,
bottom.
They ruined the decor. They're probably bringing down my HHA rating, but I have her gifts to me on display because Ruby gave them to me.
Yeah, just go
Oh
ahead.
my
You
God.
need a bigger shovel.
I do. But
Okay.
anyways. Yeah, Ruby's never. I actually replaced most of my. This is sorry. We'll get back to the topic. Last time I mentioned Animal Crossing, I actually replaced most of my villagers because like there's a
Oh
year,
my
year
god.
anniversary
Why are
coming
you?
up. But I didn't replace Ruby. I basically replaced everyone but Ruby. Anyways, let's move back.
What is that?
What?
It's BTS.
Oh my god, I think
That Peppa Pig?
you're doing BT21.
Oh,
I'm drawing BT21.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm not
Do
gonna
it.
spend the time to draw the whole
Draw
BTS
people?
crew in their
It's okay, no worries.
Yeah. Draw the rabbit thing.
I'm just gonna be like, all right, here we go. Just gonna give him the. He's gonna be like,
Um,
ooh, this is really intense. What's
there
going
was
on?
the. By the way, I was gonna talk about there was the earthquake and about like it was gonna be a funny thing. I don't want to say the only reason I say it's a funny thing even at all is because apparently there wasn't that much property damage, and as far as I know, I still don't want to say it's a funny thing, but as far as I know, I take that back. Don't getting canceled 10 years from now for saying that. But as far as I know, nobody was like seriously injured or like things like that. But did you guys know that those recent earthquakes are supposedly aftershocks from from like 2013
They're
or
aftershocks of the big earthquake. That makes no
that's
sense.
That's
I mean,
that's
wild.
actually that's
fucking
actually
wild.
scary.
I can't.
How does that work?
Well, I mean, remember, California is also due for like the biggest earthquake it's ever had.
When I was a kid, TLDR, the Northridge earthquake. I'm old enough to remember when that happened. Like I
Damn,
mean, I was
you're
very
telling
baby.
yourself.
I was very baby, but I'm old enough to remember when that happened, and I was like, oh my god, we're all
It
gonna die.
happened, what was it, during the Oakland Aces versus the San Francisco Giants baseball game. My grandfather actually, he had gotten back home passing
The
that
big bang.
bridge that collapsed in San
Oh
Francisco.
shit,
Yeah, he just had missed it like by that much.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's insane. Like I just remember like, and obviously we did like. I think that was a school day because I remember we didn't go to school, and I remember like there was this liquor store on the corner of my house, and I'll never forget like walking to the liquor store that day to go get like a snack or whatever because I was home that day. And even though I was like fucking like six, walking, well, not actually, how old was I? Yeah, maybe about six. I don't know how old I was, but I was baby. I'm walking there with like my older brother or whatever, and we go in there. And I remember seeing the newspapers outside the store were like, 7.2 earth or whatever the fuck it was, earthquake, rock slide. And I see the pictures. I'm like, what the fuck? Because where I was at was relatively like, I'm pretty sure that liquor store is maybe a little trash. Like things had fallen down, but they fixed it by then. But I saw the pictures on the newspaper, and I was like my 5-year-old brain or whatever old I was like seeing like because they showed the pictures like bridges collapsing and like shit going down. I'm like, oh my god. Like I just thought that like I was just scared because I thought it was just a little shaky because I didn't know what an earthquake was really. Anyways, that was an aside. I wanted to mention there was the earthquake, and I because one of the viral images from that was that section. Well, okay, I thought it was a porn shop. I looked more into
I
it.
haven't seen it.
You're the one who sent it to me, you son of a bitch. But I looked more into it though. It's 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 the porn section of like a book off type store, like this place sells used books. And it's called Book Fan 24. And it's in Fukushima, which more or less where the earthquake was situated. And yeah, it was just a picture of a porn section like destroyed. I was gonna give Snakz the picture to show it, but then I realized that there's probably nudity in that picture if you
Yeah.
look close enough. So I'm like, let's not do that. But it's crazy just seeing like all the porn on the floor. Also, people's figures were destroyed. Have you seen those things?
Yes.
Oh,
People's
it's
figure
so
collections.
long.
Bruh. Yeah.
And I
There's
forget.
like there's kind of an ironic one that someone had a Kaworu figure and the head came off.
Well,
Oh.
It's pretty in brand.
Also,
yeah.
also, I want to give a shout out to the fact that Japan has an earthquake mascot. By the way,
They
They
do.
do? I didn't know that.
they
That's funny.
do.
Is it like
Yeah,
Japan
Earthquake
has
Chan?
mascots for everything.
yeah, they do. That's true.
That is actually
So when you see him, you know that something bad's gonna happen.
that's terrible.
Oh no! I'm so
the
sorry. I hope
harbinger,
Japan is okay.
the harbinger of doom. Man knows won't remember the Big Bang. Yes, I am. Um, but
What were
no,
we
but
talking
beyond.
about?
Oh, by the way, this little segment. This little segment before we start going to more of our segments. Because I kind of want to do this next week because there's a lot more I discovered. Maybe something like more specific, but it's like around the etchy internet, and it's not so much like it's not so much like randomness. It's more like why is this viral? I have this even in my notes. I'm reading it directly from there. Like, why is this viral? And maybe there'll be a segment in the future because I'm like, of all things, because the biggest thing that's viral, the biggest thing that went viral
Mm-hmm.
between the two shows is the monster penis. And
Yes.
the hilarious thing is, and I'm not joking. Now, Pleiades went into our DTL chat, and Pleiades is on our DTL, show. He went to DTL chat, he's like, "Oh man, Astolfo's trending, lol, lol, lol," and I was like, "Weird." I didn't think too much of it. I just assumed that maybe. By the way, I thought Astolfo was from Boku no Pico. I mentioned that
What the
on the
hell?
UPC. Yeah, apparently it's a Fate, and I'm really confused by
Yeah.
this.
Well, you
I'm
need to
really
catch up.
confused. Like, does Fate have sex?
No,
The original Eroge, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know this is the original game, but I don't think he's from that, is he? So yeah,
No.
He's from one of the latest materials.
Apocrypha.
Yeah.
That's
So I'm just really confused where he fits into all this. I only my own
He's just like very cute and wears skirts sometimes, and people just like that.
yeah my
yeah.
only
Yeah,
my
he's
only
also very
exposure to,
forgetful
yeah my only
and
exposure
a
to the
dummy.
character is that Ren has cosplayed him several times. Ren is like for PT Parade who's been on the podcast and on DTL in the past. She's cosplayed him several times and should I tell this? I don't know if I'll tell. I'll just tell this part really brief. She has an yeah, what the fuck. She has an OnlyFans. Well, she had an OnlyFans. I don't know if she still. I think she shut it down this year, but she had an OnlyFans. And one of her picture sets, and she actually, I can say that she posted the preview of it on her Instagram. She basically cosplayed it perfectly, as in like she stuffed her underwear to give herself a package. It was good.
Dedication.
Yeah, exactly. It was very good pictures. Congrats, Ren. Um, but
Yeah,
was that
congrats.
package as big as this dude from Twitter?
Um, that was what's the word? Monstrous, behemoth, very large,
It's so funny
un
because like his cosplay's
unhuman.
are
Oh,
so
I didn't finish telling the
true.
story. So I thought that it was just a thing. I didn't think anything of it. And then fucking about 3-4 days later, 2 days later, it wasn't that long later, Jordan sent me the picture,
Oh
the
god.
post.
Yeah, I did. That's right. I totally
I
forgot.
only saw it trending because I have a lot of Fate people in like a lot of friends that like Fate, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's trending," and then they were talking about it. And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
But I
seeing
very
Man,
the
much came
comments
up
of
with
the
the
photos.
picture. So yeah,
dude. Um, we used to always like Lisa was like, "What kind of friends you have?" But that was the whole thing. Is like the Pringles can. That was always the way you would describe like somebody who had like a huge penis. I don't know if you guys ever used that terminology.
Pringles
If that
can.
was just me back in with my friends back in the day. But so I'm like, is it now the Monster Energy can? I don't know if anyone else ever used the Pringle can comparison,
I
but
think he was comparing it to a CC lemon or something like that.
oh, was it?
a bottle
Yeah,
of something and the
yeah,
monster can.
yeah.
But it was huge. It was quite an impressive penis.
I think it just looked big too because the person is very like
Small.
slim and small.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's like as
very
thick as their
small,
leg. It's like
slim.
it's like thigh, penis, thigh, and it's like same thickness, same girth.
Good lord.
I talked about this with Ari and them. It's like how would
Oh my
you
god, why is Tata all veiny?
yeah, why oh, because he's like, man, this is making he's
Oh
like
my god!
look at these all heart, and he's just like, oh, this is crazy. Like, what's going on
Oh,
here?
No
Oh,
comment.
I thought he was supposed to be throbbing. Never mind.
Well,
wait, who are those three? What are their names?
The heart is Tata. The bunny is Cookie. The I guess horsey mule thing. It's Mang. Uh, the cookie is not named Cookie.
so, all right,
The
cool.
bunny is named
It's a
Cookie.
cookie. Okay. I thought it was like a bean or something.
No, it's a cookie.
Give him the spots. That's what he had.
This is a really good picture. Um,
Yeah,
but
it is
yeah,
actually.
I thought that was funny. Just thought that was trending, and it blew my mind. Um,
Here,
it's
we'll,
been a
like,
while
put it like that here.
since I've seen everyone just go mad about a dick. Um, it was still
The
wait. What was
cookie's name is Shuki.
and by the way, when you
Sure.
talk about the heart
Nice.
being veiny, I was talking about the dick being veiny. I was really confused for a second. Um,
So the heart.
because the dick was pretty veiny, but
Oh,
dicks can be like that sometimes. I gotta stop saying dick. I was gonna say
it'd be
like
like that.
it'd be like that
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, so Manuel's just been thinking about this the entire time, and
Well, I'm not gonna lie. It's that kind of thing where it's like when you see it.
Manuel was shocked.
it's
Okay,
really
Yeah.
impressive though.
I-
Let's
I'm
be
gonna I'm gonna
honest.
tell everyone a story that I've probably told some people this like in private, but I never told anyone this full story. It's a really funny story. Okay, so a long time ago, me and my friend we were just hanging out, getting drunk, doing stupid shit like back when I was really young, and I think we were playing some video games, whatever the fuck. And he had brought over his like new girlfriend, like brand new girlfriend. Like they'd only been together for like I think days at this point, and we're all young, dumb, and stupid, and whatever. Same time as that time period where like, oh, it was the same couple that broke the door and broke
My
the toilet seat.
God.
So anyway, it's the same couple, but this is like when I first met them. So this tells you the whole story, by the way. And there's more stories with them, but this is the first one. Funny enough. So we were doing a movie at the time, and no, that's not subtlety for porn. We were doing a real movie, like we had this whole plot where we were filming this parody of The Outsiders called The Insiders. If you know what The Outsiders is, it's this book they make everyone read in like middle school about like
Uh-huh.
greasers and socials. I still have those stories. I still have that script. Another day I'll talk about that. But we were filming that movie. We were going to, and he was going to be in it. My friend amongst a ton of other my friends, and somehow the conversation came to like her being in it too. And I was being straight up. I was like, no, because there's only a couple girl characters, and the only one that's not cast is the one that's do nudity. And she's like, I'll do nudity. He's like, yeah, it's fine. She'll do nudity.
Oh
And
God.
I'm like, so you already see where this story is going.
Yeah.
And like, we're already shit faced or whatever. And I'm like, fine. And so it's just the three of us, by the way. I don't want it to sound like this is a big party. And I was like, fine then, just like flash both of us right now. And she's like, fine, I'll do it, but only if he isn't like my friend, her boyfriend, like whips out his penis as well. And he was like, fine, I'll do it, like fine. And I'm like, I get to see some titties today. I was just glad with that. And homeboy rips out his penis. So not flash forward, so they both do it. She pulls up her shirt, he whips out his penis. I see her boobs. I look at my homeboy's penis, and I realize something. Homeboy's packing a fucking Pringles can up in his pants. And it it was huge, shocking, and it was like imagine seeing the Astolfo thing in real life, like out of nowhere. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like I was just shocked. I'm like, homeboy is like packing like a monster penis. And like as you can already tell by the way I'm describing this, is I spent like a brief half second looking at her boobs, and I was just staring at my homeboy's penis.
Oh
It's
God.
like that's more impressive. Like
Exactly.
it's like
And-
how, man? Like does it bother you whenever you walk around?
No, exactly.
Like-
And then it became this huge thing afterwards, where like even right after, like, and she actually was getting upset. She's like, "Hey, look at me!"
It just
And she's like literally like this. She's like, "Look at me," and I'm like, and also I'm drunk, so I'm just like not really like processing everything properly. So I was just like still looking at my friend's penis, and she's like getting upset, not like real mad, but she's getting upset that like the fuck he didn't want to look at me.
Mhm.
But yeah, and TLDR, I just stared at my homie's penis, and
it just goes to show you that dick is more powerful than boobs.
stay cool. Oh, what the fuck? Now we got like a ton of viewers for that. Sorry, now we gotta hear my fucking see my friend dick story. But yeah,
I
that was,
wanted to hear the story about the peeps.
and she would keep I mean, it became a funny story to repeat after a while, and she would tell the people, "It's like, yeah, it's like I flashed, man. He fucking didn't care, just looking at what's his name's dick or whatever." And I'm like,
My man's dick.
it's like it was fucking huge. What do you want me to do? Like she had nice boobs as well. Boobs, all boobs are nice, but she had nice boobs as well. But it's like the homeboy was like, fucking, how do you walk?
Exactly.
I'll never forget.
So yeah, and still
Fling it
to
over
this
your
day,
shoulder.
to this day, I still have the visual of his dick. I'm probably placing random boobs on her when I think of that whole picture. But yeah. Anyway,
Nice one. Nice.
moving on. um. Oh, have you noticed the trend on Japan in Japanese it's on Twitter as well, but it's also starting to go everywhere. About like sexy Uber Eats drivers. I mean to say, Uber Eats delivery people.
Oh my god,
Uh-uh.
yes.
What?
No, I
Think
haven't
about the
seen
dudes,
that.
right?
This?
The dudes that
It go-
walk
it-
around deliver you sushi naked.
It's back and forth. It's back and forth. Like I mainly was talking about the girls in my writings, but after I wrote it, a friend of mine was talking about the guys too, which I'd seen, but I didn't know there were that many. But it's all over the place.
Yeah, there's a
And-
lot.
And now it's kind of if you really follow, like I forgot the hashtag, but if you go to the hashtag, I don't even know how many of them are real. But you could look up like a bunch of naked Uber Eats delivery people delivering food naked, or like, oh, here's my no area,
I'm
here are my boobs,
curious
here's my
now.
dick, like titties out when I'm delivering your like your pizza or whatever. Um,
Yeah, dude, that's just Japan being Japan.
No, but it's funny because I don't know if you guys remember when like Uber was first, because Uber is not really a thing in Japan. I think it's only picked up because of Uber Eats, like because of the pandemic. But Uber
Mm.
is not a thing in Japan. When you go to Japan, even until very recently, right before the pandemic, you would go there. I'm sure Snacks. I don't know if this has changed a lot because Snacks went really recently. But
Yeah,
if
I
you
went
try to
last year.
if you Uber somewhere, it doesn't actually call an Uber; it calls a taxi, and they're super expensive. Like what's it's taxi prices,
I
so
call
like
taxi. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't. It just don't take it. I just rather walk there. So
exactly. And take a train or take anything, take a bus.
literally,
But
literally anything else.
but so I think it's just because they're barely experiencing it. But do you guys remember like about like gosh like almost like 7 8 plus years ago when like Uber and Sidecar and all the other like when there was a billion competitors when they were all first starting, there was like I think it was on Instagram, there was an Instagram like hashtag thing about like fucking your Uber driver or whatever driver. 'Cause I remember I think Sidecar was the biggest popular one because that was a huge thing, or maybe I'm just into too many people like fucking strangers, but yeah, that was a
Maybe.
huge thing about like uh and obviously they wouldn't post the sex, it's Instagram, but they would be in the car, it's like just fucked my Uber driver or like my ride just fucked me or whatever. Who knows, they're like a sidecar side piece. That's a very funny way to put it. um I just read the Stay Gold Pony Boy about the insiders thing. Our main character was called a Horse Boy, and everybody had stupid names like that. I should tell everyone about that one day. But anyways, TLDR, call your Uber Eats driver and hit on. Don't hit on your Uber Eats driver. I was gonna say that as a joke, but I'm like, no, somebody will cut that out of
Don't do
context.
that. Don't.
10 years from now, somebody will cut that out without the rest of me, the context of me joking, and it's like,
And so,
Manuel said to hit on your Uber Eats driver.
Get canceled. Yeah.
But yeah, just want to throw those random topics out there. But I think this will be maybe a mini segment about like why is this viral, and obviously we can't show any pictures for the past two, like Astolfo's penis,
Yep.
and um and
You can
naked
show
Uber
a
Eats
monster
driver.
can though, just
I
like as a
mean,
reference,
Yeah, yeah.
with a
Guys,
banana
you
or
guys can
something.
are
Google a
monster cans
monster
the same?
can.
I don't know if anyone knows this because I never had
They
a
have
monster
different
in Japan.
sizes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I imagine it's smaller in Japan, for the record. Now that's the one to like rag on his penis. It was still a nice looking penis in the pictures, but I do think monster cans are smaller in Japan because like they're stupid big here. Like,
Yeah,
what is this? Like, they're like,
yeah.
fucking, but yeah.
But they also have beer that's that size also in Japan, kind of big.
When you go when you go to certain other countries because they don't measure things like the same way we do. Like I remember going to Mexico, and like they don't sell 2 liters of Coke or whatever. They sell like these weird like 200 whatever the fuck, like 350 milliliters, but they're like really big monster things. But anyways, let's go to
Yep.
the Eroge recommendation of the week. Oh shit, it's getting late. This is I didn't realize we should be wrapping this. Well, we're actually making okay time. We'll just move a
oh
little
my
faster.
goodness.
The Eroge recommendation of the week. It's Sexy Beach.
That's
Actually, making good
correct.
time because after this is Jordan's thing, and he's almost done.
Okay.
um,
What's it
Jordan.
about?
Well, it's basically you go to a resort, the beach. There's like
All right.
six,
Cool.
7 women. You talk to them, and you say the right things, and then you play the game. You do a little, the,
A little in out, a little.
yeah.
I love it because
That's pretty much the whole
because the game is like the sex is actually a rhythm game.
game. Yeah,
Like like if you just start pounding at it, you're not gonna like do anything. You
you
have
have
to
to.
like get a
Yeah, yeah.
get
You have to move the mouse in like the right way for the bar to go up, for both
yeah.
of your bars to go up. They,
Right.
yeah,
God,
they've.
what are you doing to
What
You
is
like that?
oh shit, I was dropping.
You like that?
RJ went from that to that. You were
That's
just
funny.
like
Wait, is that Rap Monster?
Oh man.
Which one of them is Rap Monster?
That's it. That's Koya. That's it. The little koala.
Ah.
There we go.
Anyway, uh,
The
but yeah,
koala.
a
What?
friend of
You just threw it.
a friend of mine had this
It's
game
on
when I
me.
was younger, and like I think I ripped. Oh, actually, I had Sexy Beach 3 as well, but I barely played that one. I played 2 because 2 had a fan translation. Um,
2 and 3. Had them,
yeah, I don't
yeah.
know. If 3 did, I never had it, but 2 had a fan translation when I was playing it. Like,
I'll be right back.
Okay. And I never knew if I installed it correctly or not, but every so often things would get all wonky. But it was great. And I also loved all the options you had. Like when you're fucking the girl. First of all, you could just turn off the meter if you don't want to come or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
You
And the
could
guy
just
just keeps going, going,
yeah,
going.
forever.
Yeah, he just boom, boom, boom. It's hilarious.
And you could also like change positions. You could turn the guy on and off, like if you want to just see her like
Yeah,
like just
the
moving against
invisible,
nothing.
or you could just have it where it's just the member. Just
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like they were so it was so customizable, and obviously, as you could tell by that title screen, it was meant to be a. And it's funny 'cause I didn't realize this at the time, but it's meant to be a play on Extreme Beach Volleyball, like because that title screen looks like Extreme Beach Volleyball, except there was no volleyball, and like
It's so funny.
Yeah,
and
it's supposed to be extreme beach volleyball, but there's no extreme beach volleyball.
yeah, and some of the and the characters ran the gamut of your typical like anime style characters. Because like there'd be the girl with like the really petite girl, then there'd be the girl with monster titties, like like dumb as fuck huge titties. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
there'd be everything in between.
yeah. And like the end goal was like there was the secretary
Extreme beach
person who would
volleyball.
check you in every time you logged in or opened the game. Like if the end goal was to get with her, she's like the final person.
Yeah, I love the game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was actually almost impossible to find like screens of them that weren't like them naked and fucking.
Hmm.
But I remember reading somewhere, and by the way, these are also they used to talk about these on like X Play and shows like that back in the day when I was
Yeah,
younger.
cinematic nocturnal emissions. Yeah,
Yeah. So, by the way, I don't think you could play two anymore. Like, I think I do some bullshit to get it to run on a modern computer.
no
But I
reason to
think
play two.
three. But I think three still works on a modern computer, and I'm pretty sure if you look it up. I tried installing it like not recently, not like yesterday, but like 2 3 years ago. I was just feeling nostalgic for the game, and I didn't have the discs around anymore. They were burnt anyway. I never owned the game like legally myself. My friend
Hmm.
did. He actually imported it, then like patched it himself and shit like that. But I think you still download this, and I think technically, as far as PC games are concerned, it's abandonware, so you can just do what the fuck you want with it. But legally,
Right.
we can say that. But I just love the idea that it's like a rhythm game when you're
Yeah,
doing your
yeah, you get to
business.
move it slowly or fast. Yeah. They had Sexy
There is like
Beach.
a rhythm game for
Sex
like
is a rhythm game.
sex.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Called
oh,
Honey Pop. I mean,
I don't
yeah.
know,
No,
but
Honey
you
There's
can
Pop
nothing
isn't
new.
a rhythm game.
it
do
was.
it in the rhythm of the music.
I just remembered this. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Have you guys ever played Sextris? That was kind of a virally game back, like it was a freeware game. It was basically like people would fall like in various sex positions, and you would match them up to have sex, like Tetris, but like in pairs.
Oh, oh, that's what that is. I was like, what did you say? Oh, okay. No,
Sextris.
I've never played. Yeah.
And I
Okay,
loved it.
say it one more
And like
time. Go ahead. Say it one more
and
time.
like I think if I'm not
Sounds familiar.
mistaken, it was very forward. By the way, this is like more than 10 years ago. At least the version I played was very like forward thinking because I think you could also have guy and guy and girl on girl.
Oh,
But
that's
like
nice.
basically you had to just match genitalia, and when they would do it, like you would hear like sound, like the girl would be like or whatever. Somebody clip that, but
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and that would be like, and they would disappear to get points. I used to be addicted to that game because it's actually a pretty decent puzzle game if you're into that kind of thing. And of course, they get faster, and because they're already in positions, like they'll be standing up. Do you leave them standing up, try to push someone into them, or do you lay them down and put them on top? Things like that. There was a lot of surprisingly deep gameplay.
Wow, there
So,
must be lore behind it too. To be
yeah,
honest.
they had
Sextris.
they had what was it? After Sexy Beach 3, they came Sexy Beach Zero, which is like
Oh,
more.
that came
And then they
after.
have yeah, and then they had another one. I forgot what it was called, but I remember Tiffany and I talking about it because they built the game. It was kind of like open world a little bit, but like you would actually control the character moving around the island now. And
The
it was
fuck?
harder. Yeah, you had to like go and like do like you could get into battles and you could do like quests and get items and stuff. But the game ran so bad that I barely anybody played it. Tiffany was like, "How the hell are you supposed to play this? It's literally just terrible." Yeah,
I want to play it.
but now you can just do Honey Select, just the same thing. So
Oof.
I need to play all these games again. It's actually
yeah,
funny because I've been getting really nostalgic for these, like talking about them. Like we've only covered the 3 games. It was like the rants, and it was the do you like horny bunnies, and this one.
Uh huh.
But let's look at Jordan's arts. I guess you're pretty much finished here. And we caught up. What do you know? But look at
Man, drawing Leslie and Warren in such an interesting pose was probably the hardest thing about this drawing.
look at her face. She's so determined.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna make
I'm
him
very
not think about that
invested in
game.
this.
And she has to look good doing it too. I mean, she's wearing the angelic dress.
Wearing my prettiest dress. Oh yeah.
And you got the whole BTS
How you
crew
do
just
it?
watching.
The one with the meme face on the right. Who the fuck?
Yaranaka face.
Uh huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I only knew about that recently, by the way. Like somebody one of you guys showed it to me like at a con like 2-3 years ago. That was the first time I'd ever heard of it, and I love Balalaika, the original one. I want to say it was Jordan or somebody related to Jordan who showed me it anyway. But yeah, but yeah, I was like, I only saw that recently. Like I was just like, what the fuck? That look on her face is when she's on top.
All right.
Says her actual boyfriend, by the way. But yeah,
Wow.
just throw that out there. It's not just a random person like saying that, like in the chat.
Okay. Hold on. All right. So I guess the recommendation for the week for these next couple weeks. What?
Dude, okay, I'm not gonna lie. This one's amazing. Not to say the other ones weren't, but like Jordan knows that I was reading this when he got into the chat, like loaded the call. I mean to say, and like he actually joined right when I got to the part where like the chick took out her boobs, and I was like, oh my god. They're awesome. Anyways,
All right,
the numbers.
So the numbers are. Hold on, I have to write this on.
6969.
It's going to be 3 0 3. Your lucky numbers for the week are 303463.
303463.
What is this?
It's to look up the hentai.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hentai code.
So,
oh, okay.
If you go to it's nhentai.net/g/the numbers. But you can also just Google the numbers and it'll come up right away for the record. That goes for 86 numbers.
It's by one of my favorite authors, or artists, by the way. He this one is about, what is it called? When You Take My Hand in Yours. That's the name of it. The artist's name is Hiroya, and the synopsis is that this it's a dark skinned girl, and she doesn't like it when her boyfriend tries to hold her hand, and when he tries, when they have like alone time together, then stuff happens, and you can just read from there.
Some good
nice
stuff.
titties.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw out another pair of numbers too for anyone on the yaoi spectrum. This is for Leslie. This is gonna be 2 3 2 3 6 5 1 2. What's the parody of this? Is this a parody? I think it is. Parody Natsume's Book of Friends. Yeah. So this one was like really nice. So I think Leslie will like
I forgot this was.
I see this Tanuma Natsume Doujinshi.
Oh, you've seen this one?
I thought that was a girl. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, oh wait.
See, that's why it's really good, because like it really it branches away from that. It's like, oh wow, it's really attractive, cool.
I still smell.
Natsume is really cute. Actually, the original series is pretty cute and wholesome, and the characters are pretty cute.
And this one's really wholesome too, this Dojin. So
Great.
enjoy.
I'm actually okay because Tanuma it's kind of okay.
Okay. All right. But other than that, yeah, those are the numbers. I'll leave this up, and
I'm looking at it right now.
There you go. Leslie's already into it. There you go. And you guys should get into it too. All right, Manuel.
Top, that's the fish she gives me. I'm the top right now, except this. Anyways, let's read the chat. Just more about the top things. Um, so we're almost done with the show. I wanted to do the weekly redo of Healer recap, and
Also,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to do it. Have you watched this week's episode, Snacks? I don't think you did because we didn't talk about it. I don't know. Let's say that's the barometer whether you did or didn't. But usually we talk about it.
Yes, I have. I
Oh, you
did.
have?
I watched it right before
Yeah,
the.
same. Like right before we went on, I watched it.
I watched it.
I
I don't really know what to say other than apparently there's a part that was really just like a really important part of the story, and it was just kind of brushed over.
oh
Um,
really?
yeah, I don't. Are we allowed to talk about it, or because I know nobody really watches it because show's not that good. But
Okay, well that's the thing. First of all, I almost wanted to kill the whole. I even have it written in my notes because last week's episode, which is episode 5, was so filler. I was like, okay, this is bad on just many levels. And by the way, I got the characters mixed up. I mentioned it on some podcast recently that I thought that was the princess's sister, but no, the princess's sister comes out in this week's episode.
yes,
The one
yes,
who
Yeah,
knows, the
yeah.
one who
yeah,
knows,
the
the
one
one
who
who knows about
knows.
everything.
Yeah,
But I thought it was last week, and then she becomes one of the harems, and I was like, okay, this is just stupid now. But
he
also,
yeah,
eventually will just add more girls to his harem.
well,
yeah. Probably. I mean, I'm gonna finish it because I feel like I've got an obligation 6 episodes in. You know,
yeah,
if
exactly,
it
same
was
thing.
like
It's like,
three, I'm like whatever.
Like
But
halfway through there.
yeah, might
yeah,
as well.
I don't know if it's always been this bad that I was just distracted the first couple episodes, but the animation and the art style looks really bad now. And I don't know if that's just always been the way and I just didn't notice. But like every so often they draw people and it looks like a how to draw anime character.
Yeah.
Like,
It's I think it's made by the same animators that did the Rant Sentai.
then why
I
does it look
think.
Oh,
like the
that's
but it
I've
looks
seen
like
that.
where it's all like I can't do the but like everyone that has this lopsided chin kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's got like a triangular
Yeah.
thing like that. Yeah, yeah. I know
That's
what you're talking about. I know what you're talking
if you've seen the that hentai, it's actually very wobbly too. But also one of the
about.
big things
Wobbly.
about animes is the fact that everyone's in quarantine and it's hard to really give art
Yeah,
criticisms over a computer
That is fair.
screen. Yeah,
It's
that's
like
true.
stop drawing him all wobbly. It's like, oh,
That's
missed
true.
that.
He does have
Let's do
that.
tomorrow.
It's a weird thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not defending the anime. I'm just defending animes out there that look like they've suffered in the art
Mhm.
itself.
It's a hard times.
They
It's
are hard
It is hard
times.
times.
For
Hope things
everybody.
are going okay everywhere.
Yep.
but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the more recent episode because it kind of like sets up like the villain, I guess.
Finally, like
I
I
know, but
thought
that's the
last week
issue.
was, but
It
yeah,
was
it
took
took a, it
so
took a while.
long. But my big issue now is I don't know if you guys if you feel this way, Snacks. My big issue now is does he deserve a redemption arc? It's like he's a monster too, but now they're playing him up as if he's a hero and everyone else is in the wrong. And don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. Don't get me wrong. He definitely had it's still revenge, but he definitely had some like, issues to settle. But like the way he went about it, I'm like, I don't know. It's like and now they're just straight up playing him up like he's like, I'm the defender. I'm gonna fix everything. And I'm like, what?
yeah. The next episode is literally called Defender of Justice. So
Yeah,
yeah,
what the fuck? I didn't
yeah,
know
it's
that. I'm
literally
pissed off.
yeah,
So
it's
so
literally
now I'm
called
getting
that.
mad for different
Yeah.
reasons. So yeah.
What are you? Where's the anime at?
It's
It,
actually it's streaming right now on High Dive. High Dive?
no,
Yeah,
no,
High
no.
Dive.
Like, where is it in the story? Is he? Did he already save the wolf girl?
Oh, he
Yeah,
saved
he
the.
saved it
Oh, you
already.
read the
Yeah.
manga? How do you know all this? So he saved the wolf. He saved the
There
wolf.
was so much going on that I was like, okay, I'm gonna read a little bit and judge. So I
Yeah.
read the rest of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
saved already. They he killed the knight leader guy who took on his form when he escaped the castle,
Uh huh.
and then
Yeah.
they flash back to the sister
So they're like
finding
trying
him.
to confront the sister right now. Then.
No,
Yeah.
no, they just found out that the sister is back in town.
Yeah, they just
Oh,
found out.
oh, okay, okay. No spoilers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so
spoil it for you guys.
okay, but that's the thing though, because supposedly the woman who had raised him in the village in that part of the manga, she commits suicide, and they don't.
Oh, so that's what's happened in that scene. I was actually really confused
Yeah,
what was going on.
that's why people were like, "What the hell?" is
Because in the
what the hell's going
anime,
on.
yeah, in the anime, he's running towards her, like calling out her name or whatever, and she's like clearly dying. I knew she was gonna die before he gets there, but I'm like, I was even thinking that too. I'm like, wait, did she kill herself? I was really confused why she just died when he got there.
She commits suicide because I think was it a night?
Yeah, it was the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. In front of the town and everybody. Yeah, they showed that.
Yeah, yeah. So
I was
he
also
has revenge on that, guys.
Yeah.
um.
Which was
I
still.
had to
kinda-
I had to watch the high dive version because I could not find a torrent of it, and I didn't know that high dive showed the censored one.
Yeah.
So it was my first time watching the full censored episode. Did you guys know that when the sex happens, because I wondered what they did during this.
Don't they like go to a different like zoom into something and they just stay there for a while?
Exactly, and it's so awkward. There was a sex scene where they just stay on an empty doorway, and I'm not exaggerating. I counted the minutes. I thought something had happened to my computer because there was not even any sound. It was just like it was music, kinda, but there wasn't any sound.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
stood there for like almost a full minute of an empty doorway, and I was like, "What the fuck?" It was like I think it was like 45, 50 seconds, and that's no exaggeration. And I was like, how are they showing this? Like, who the fuck? What is this?
And they also cut audio too, like
Yeah,
of
that's
that
the thing.
particular scene.
Yeah, so I actually thought something was wrong, and so I noticed that my timer was still moving, and the camera was like panning slowly, like maybe that was a bigger frame, but still, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is so bad. Like, just cut this out. Like, put 2 more commercials in or something. I don't know. It's like
you will have like less runtime on the episode.
Yeah.
But I think that's the issue because they have to meet a runtime for like network reasons when it shows on
Yeah.
TV.
A lot
But
of
that's
the
bullshit.
quotation marks story, it's mature content.
Ugh. Oh yeah, and then when I watched it on High Dive, it's rated TV mature, and it gives you all these warnings before you start. Don't get me wrong, the content still is mature, but the High Dive version has no nudity. They censored out everything. Like I was like, oh shit.
It's really funny. It's just
Yeah. Even that part where they fly on the bed, or I don't want to say what he throws them, but there's like a black bar above them.
Yeah, it was so. It felt like I was playing a fucking Sony game now because like Sony censors all of its like Eroge, not Eroge, but like all of its like ecchi games on PlayStation now. Because
Ishozoku is that what it is? Ishozoku reviewers.
Yeah.
Like they're the anime style, the art style is very pretty. It's nice to look at, and they do a good job to keep it soft core, of course, but compared to this,
Is not very soft. I mean, it's not all right. Like,
oh well, yeah, no, that
very like, yeah.
It's actually maybe next show's topic or one of the bigger topics to talk about next week, whether Monster Girl fans of Monster Girl things are furries, because I didn't realize what a heated debate I started when I asked some of my friends about it.
I think they're furries.
Huh?
I think
they're furries because a friend of mine was posting. It was actually about Monster Musume, but a friend of mine was posting about Monster Musume and was all like, "Oh yeah, I've realized I'm a huge fan of Monster Girls," and I'm like, "Doesn't this make you a furry?" And like, I meant it as a joke. I wasn't trying to start a conversation. I meant it as a joke, and he got so offended, and people were and like. And I think he was getting mildly play offended, but then legit, like people I didn't even know were commenting on it. I'm like, I'm just gonna turn off notifications. I just stopped. I haven't actually looked at it again, but I was like, what the fuck? It's like it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, apparently that's a raw nerve I touched, and apparently I guess I'm not the first one who's called him out for that. Because some people came at it like they had a chip on the shoulder already about that exact people saying that.
But that's for another time.
It is, and there you go. I did that on purpose, and I was hoping you would cut me off too, because I want to cover that topic. And that's actually a very recent one. It's new on my short list. It wasn't on the original one, but let's close up. Alexa, turn off. The fuck, Alexa lit up. That was creepy. Alexa's all like, "You want me to order Monster Musume?"
Like Monster Girls.
I know Alexa's listening to
again.
I'm gonna get all these ads.
Right.
Anyways, there's some upcoming stuff.
I like that series.
But I don't know if it's sort of just to touch on it a little bit more.
What?
I don't know if it's gonna get any better. It's every week I read.
Show? Redo it
every single week I read. Oh, dude,
No,
the part coming up. you're gonna go
No,
crazy.
the
And I'm like,
same.
when is it gonna get to
Let's
there?
No,
let's
Is it
let's cut this
like
off. Let's cut this off. We're going over. I get
yeah,
that we have a lot to talk about.
I
yeah.
just want to say that I have read all that part, and it it gets at certain point it just gets like nothing really happening.
I I
Just
have
like
it.
okay,
boring
all right, then
sexual
Yeah,
stuff.
I
So
have it in my.
let's close then. Yeah,
It's my last day before Snacks, before Jordan gets mad at me. But I have it in the notes that I'm like, people kept telling me the next chapter is going to be worse. And by the way, the next chapter was the thing with the girl who raised him. And they just glanced over that. And apparently that was the
that's what I
one that was
said.
going to like destroy the audience. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
huh? Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of like, but whatever. I'm going to keep watching. It's actually, I'm mad for different reasons, not for the original one. So yeah, that's it. Let's do some, let's round up the upcomings. Tomorrow's DTO. Tune into that. It's
boo.
myself, Pleiades, Warren, Callie, and Pleiades
yeah,
is bringing a
Warren's
plus
like
one. Yes, and Warren's butt. Callie's bringing a plus one. Pleiades is bringing a plus one. I don't know who he's bringing, so let's just tune in. Honestly, it's a surprise to me, too, whoever it is. And that's that. Tuesday's UPZ. We have a topic if you like that lined up. I don't want to announce it because it might change. And then Wednesdays we're doing Wild Arms. We're continuing next Wednesday. And yeah, and just to throw it out there, this podcast is obviously off next week because we're bi-weekly.
That's right.
The next one isn't happening until March 4th.
Damn.
And if you want to I know it sounds far, but it's 2 weeks. If you want if you want to support us on anything, follow us on all of our social media below here. It's there's links to everything. We have some interviews coming up and all that good stuff. And that's it. If you like Boruto, we're like interviewing everyone who fucking does Boruto music recently. Like Dots is going up to 7 billion dots is going up
Boruto
tomorrow.
was trending yesterday, and I read spoilers.
Ah, we had Hina on. She
People are
was
not very happy. So
Hina was going on about the Boruto Bolt thing, and I'm like, thank God someone else is annoyed by the fact they call him Boruto and not Bolt. Anyways,
Boruto.
what's new with everyone else? Snacks, are you streaming like every other day now?
Yeah. Persona 5 Strikers just came
Oh
out.
yeah,
I did like a 7 hours today for that.
you
Um,
streamed?
yes.
I didn't see it.
Well,
I didn't get a
I did.
notification.
It's gone. I did it.
I
And
didn't get a
then
notification. Anyways,
gonna
keep
be
going.
doing that till I finish that. Then Bravely Default next week. But that's pretty much it for me. Nothing too big.
Wild Arms
Wild Arms on Wednesday.
on Wednesday. Oh,
We
oh
can
my God.
walk 2 steps and hopefully not die.
Yes. What's upcoming with Jordan? What are you doing lately? You're working on your
Uh,
webtoons.
sorry, one more time.
You're working on your webtoons. What's new with you, Jordan?
Working on a lot of stuff right now. It's all like drafting so far, but when like it's all finished, like stuff like stuff like this is pretty much how it looks like right now. How like Leslie's trying, but but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things in store, not just drawing, animations, and thinking about doing something entirely different too. Hopefully soon. But yeah, nothing really to share right now.
Nice.
That's it.
Well, nice that you're working on things. Not so much nice you can't share anything. Anyways, what's new with you? What's upcoming with you, Leslie?
I'll continue to exist.
Yes.
Big news is that
I'll continue to exist.
I'm actually not really sure. Just like more more collaborations with people, like doing giveaways for people with stuff. And what else was I doing? I actually don't know. I think it's just that. And just
Yeah.
like make more content and stuff.
Follow her on Instagram x_Haro 66. No 66. X underscore Haro X underscore.
No. Follow me on the Instagram. Oh yeah, I wanted to do another BTS giveaway soon.
Oh, nice. You make prints of this and do
Are
a
you
giveaway.
Oh my
gonna give away
god, Armin's
those?
gonna cancel
Yeah.
me. He's gonna send me a cease desist.
I know.
Oh no! Just send them this part then. Just send them the right side.
I know. Oh my god.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
guys. I think that's about it. That's our show. I do have all the other good. Oh, we always forget to shout out our patrons. If you want to support us, patreon.com/ADJ Connections. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. But our current patrons, Ed Kenneth, and thank you, Ed Kenneth and
Edkin.
Joshua, thank you. And that's our show. Good night. Thank you so much, Leslie, for joining us tonight.
Good
Thank you, everyone, for
night.
watching live. Thank you, everyone who's watching on YouTube. We got
Please